Good evening and welcome to Herald Standard Television Sports. I'm Chuck Durso, and it's Saturday night in September, and that must mean time for high school football. Hope you had a great summer, but it's time to get into the swing of things, and it's our traditional season opener as Uniontown travels to Connellsville to get things started. And this isn't just any game, this is a big Fayette County rivalry, and at stake tonight, the coal bucket goes to the winner. We'll find out who gets it coming up next on Herald Standard Television Sports. Once again, welcome back to Connellsville. It's Uniontown versus Connellsville in the battle for the old coal bucket. I'm Chuck Durso. Don Havens joining me for our high school football season opener. And Don, these are two teams that are not in the same section, so conference races, playoff berths, not at stake or anything here. It's just a little thing like local pride.
Yeah, that and it's opening night, too. And there's always a good feeling around as September rolls around and football's getting ready to start. There's a lot of energy. There's a big crowd. Two teams that play every year. So I guess you call them rivals, even though they're not in the same section. It is local pride. Over that bucket you had earlier, we should have a lot of fun tonight starting out.
Connellsville has won the last couple times out in this battle, so Uniontown would like to take that bucket back. And, of course, as you mentioned, both teams struggling last year. But, boy, if you could start the season off with a victory, that's a nice little bit of momentum because, don't forget, conference play just a couple of weeks away.
That's right, and Uniontown's got Doogie Sander, who was a sophomore quarterback last year, threw for about 1,100 yards as a sophomore. He's a year older. The team's a little year older. They have a few more seniors, so they're going to be better. Coach Fortuna, I talked to him. He's looking for, he said the training camp was real good, so we'll see how they do. Connellsville's got to improve defensively. Gave up 294 points last year on defense, so they've got to get a little bit better. That's a lot of points in 11 games, so that's a good way for them to start on the defensive side.
The Steelers opener is a week away. On Saturday, of course, it will be Pitt and Penn State and West Virginia, but all of that's just minor leagues because here in Fayette County, it's Friday night high school football. We're glad you're joining us on a Saturday night, and I can't think of a better way to start off the fall season. It's Uniontown, Connellsville. We'll kick it off next on Herald Standard Television Sports.
We're down the field here at Connellsville, and I have first-year quarterbacks coach for Uniontown, Jerry Pegg. After 7 years at Laurel Highlands, goes across town. Now he's with the Raiders. Jerry, first, welcome. Thanks for taking a second with us here. New season, always some excitement in the air. Let's start with this year, your training camp. How has it been? How are you guys working, and what are you expecting from your team?
Well, as far as camp goes, I don't think we could ask for anything more of our boys. They came out, worked hard, had to learn a new offense, but everybody jumped in, pitched in. We made our mistakes, but we got better every day. And I'm excited about tonight and to see what we can do live, real game, no more scrimmages, and no more excuses. Let's just get in there and play hard football, and we'll end up on top.
As quarterbacks coach, Doug Sander threw for 1,100 yards last year. How has he done, and what do you expect from him?
He has matured a lot. I don't think we'll see the mistakes we've seen out of him last year, and I expect to see more, obviously, out of him. He has to become a leader on offense, not just a player, and he's ready to step up to that role. So I'm expecting him to do that tonight, and excited. He's worked very hard. He deserves his shot here tonight, and I think all of us are just ready to go.
Very good. Congratulations on your job at Uniontown, and good luck tonight. Thank you. Thanks. I've got head coach John Fortuna of the Uniontown Red Raiders. And, Coach, first off, thank you for taking a second with us. And how's training camp been, and how's your kids have worked?
Training camp's probably one of the best ones we've come out of in a while. Got great kids, worked hard all winter, all summer, and I couldn't ask for anything else.
Only one win last year. How do you improve on it this year? You're a little bit older. Your quarterback's a year older. How do you improve on that?
I'm not making any excuses. We were young last year, made a lot of mistakes. Turnovers really hurt us last year, but we worked real hard. And these kids have what we wanted them to do. They accepted it, and we worked real hard. And we're there. We think we're there. We think we're going to be a lot better.
Finally tonight, Connellsville, game one. What do you expect from them?
I'll tell you what, they're going to come at us. I know they are. They're big. They're strong. And I expect them to power eye and come right at us.
Very good. Thanks, Coach, and good luck against Connellsville. Appreciate it. Thank you. Okay, back down on the field, we're here with Coach Lou DeSimon coming from Brownsville after several years. Now he's here at Connellsville. Coach, thanks for taking a second. How's your training camp been so far?
Excellent. We've had an excellent 3 weeks of practice, and the kids have done a real good job.
This team got outscored by more than 200 points last year. Not a very good season for them. How do you hope to improve on that?
Well, all my teams that I've ever coached, we try to play tough defense. So, you win football games by playing good defense and running the ball, not make mistakes.
Finally, Uniontown, opening night, a lot of excitement. What do you expect from them?
I expect Uniontown to be sky high, and I expect a great football game.
Very good. Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it. Good luck tonight. Thank you.
Welcome back as we take a look at the captains out on the field for Connellsville and Uniontown. We're about to have the opening toss of the coin, and then we will get underway here for this season opener. As you take a look at some of the crowd ready to enjoy high school football. Oh my goodness, the sights and sounds of high school football, the cheerleaders and the pads smacking and coaches barking and Don Havens acting like he knows what he's talking about. I mean, my goodness.
Yes, it's that time of year again. The time I get to fake it.
I believe Connellsville won the toss, and they have deferred. They will take the second half option. So now Uniontown will get the choice of what they want to do. They're obviously going to take the ball, and Connellsville will defend the goal to the right. So Uniontown will get the ball first. And Don Havens, I believe, they will be moving left to right across your television screen.
Gotta love it. Keys, I think, for tonight, Chuck, one thing you want to see if Connellsville's defense has improved from a year ago, as we talked about in the pregame. And if Uniontown's offense can get 1 year older, get a little bit better, and we'll see if Doogie Sander and McClee and the boys and guys like Charles Plickta, who's 6'9", can get out there and bring the ball down. So we'll see how they do. But that's going to be the big key tonight, I think, is seeing how Uniontown's offense does against Connellsville's defense.
Uniontown plays in a weak conference, Keystone Conference. Traditionally, for the last several years, has been a weak conference. And in spite of their struggles last year, they were still in the playoff hunt until late in the season because there aren't a lot of strong teams in there. Mount Pleasant, of course, considered to be the favorite in that conference. And Laurel Highlands and Bell Vernon going to be pretty decent too. But Uniontown very much considered at this point to be playoff contenders. 4 teams, of course, get into the postseason. So they'd like to get a non-conference win here, build up a little momentum. You mentioned a young team last year, and so we'll see how much they can grow up as this year continues.
The team to beat in this conference, according to the Post-Gazette, will be Mount Pleasant. But you're talking about the Keystone teams. They are 0-24 the last 6 years in the playoffs. 0-24. They haven't been able to get a win outside of the Keystone Conference in the playoffs. So
Uniontown, of course, a part, unfortunately, of that run, as they've made the playoffs several times in recent years, but haven't made it for the past couple. And so they would love to return to the WPIAL playoffs. Back to return this kick for Uniontown. And now we're trying to figure out who's back to return this kick, actually, as I see a number 80, it looks like. And I can't find an 80 on my roster. Oh, there he is. Brian Grady. Love it when the rosters are not in numerical order. That's always so helpful.
You had me too. I'm looking around.
Oh, my goodness. Dale McClee is also back there, and the kick goes in his direction, number 7. He'll pick it up at the 11-yard line. Starts right, moves left, finds a crease. Still on his feet and across the 25. Nice effort by McClee as Uniontown will set up shop at the 26-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders wearing their road white uniforms with the maroon trim and helmets. Connellsville in the home blue jerseys. White pants, white numerals, blue helmets. We are here in Connellsville. Glad to have you with us on this first day of September. This game, of course, played last night on the final day of August. But we're glad to have you with us here for high school football. My goodness, we've waited all summer for this, Don Havens.
Yes, we have. It's good to be back. Feels good. Football's in the air. You can smell it.
Shotgun formation. Center is the quarterback. Low snap, rolling right. Has a receiver out in the flat, and that ball is dropped in and out of the hands of Jason Guthrie, who had a big gainer if he could have reeled it in.
Wow, what a nice play First play of the season for Uniontown. Shotgun snap a little bit low, as you said, Chuck. What a perfect pass from Sander, right in the numbers.
Yeah, he was definitely wide open, and a well-delivered pass, as you said. Oops.
Right in the face mask.
Yeah. 2nd and 10 now for the Raiders. The whole offensive philosophy of Uniontown has changed drastically over the last 2 years. This used to be a 3 running back, only pass when you had to, grind it out offense.
Wishbone type team.
Oh, Woody Hayes, 3 yards in a cloud of dust, and now they are wide open.
Another spread formation here.
And a handoff. And coming around with a crease and a nice gain across the 30-yard line, and picking up about 7 yards is Brandon Bowers. Nice run there. Will set up 3rd down and short. They'll run the ball, but they'll run the ball out of that wide set. A lot of talk about the Steelers using more of a wide open offense this year, but they will do nothing compared to what we see from Uniontown, who will run a totally wide open offense. And they can run the ball out of it, though, as you see the sweep play there. 6-yard pickup, 3rd down and 4.
That's showing a lot of confidence in your quarterback, too, Chuck, running these wide sets. You got a 5 receiver set right now on 3rd down and short.
Pratt and Guthrie are split to the near side at the bottom of your television screen. Got a sidecar there. Rolling left, looking to throw. Has a man open, but he overthrows it. It's intercepted off the deflection. The ball picked off by Lance Strotters. First turnover of the evening, and Connellsville will open up in great field position on the Red Raider side of the 50-yard line. Again, it looked on like a receiver was open here, and he just threw the ball a little too high. Tough throw against your body.
Pretty good protection. Sander had time, just a little too tall. What a nice diving catch. And that puts Connellsville in good position for their first offensive possession of the season.
They'll start at the 49-yard line of Uniontown with a 1st and 10. Strotters, who picked up the interception just a moment ago, is the tailback as well.
A little more conventional I formation for Connellsville.
And the give to Lance, and a dive play straight forward will pick up a couple of yards, but not too much. Charles Broski making the tackle for the Raiders after a 3-yard pickup.
Strotters, the ball carrier, tackled by number 50, Broski for Uniontown.
Quarterback for Connellsville is Dustin Pastors, number 13. He is a 5'10 senior, goes 170. And obviously not superstitious, as he wears number 13.
That's right. Only 5'10", short guy. He is a senior, though, senior leader.
In motion, Nicholas Lenegro. Long pass, and there is Lonegro, and he makes the catch along the sideline, beating Guthrie for a long gainer up to the 12-yard line. I mispronounced his name when he went in motion, but we got it right when he made the catch. Lonegro with a big gainer of 34 yards.
Again, good pass protection up front. Time to throw, as you see it there on your screen. Little play fake. Nice pickup in the backfield. What's his pass? Right on the number 1. Big 37-yard game. Beautiful catch, and Connellsville's in business.
You saw there good closing speed by Guthrie. Lonegro was wide open when the ball was delivered, but Guthrie closed quickly and almost got there to break it up. Great concentration by Lonegro because that hand was in there trying to deflect it. And he had to pay attention to the sideline as well as he was pulling it in. So big play for Connellsville early on. And now they have 1st and 10 at the 12. Power backfield, and going in motion now is Andrew Adams. Well, not much going on there. Strotters tried to cut back. Actually, check that. A lot went on there. Didn't look like much to me, but you look up, he's at the 6-yard line. That's a 6-yard pickup.
Yeah, kind of lunged forward there toward the end, rolled over a body or two for a gain of 6. Now Uniontown's going to have to hunker down here on defense. Everybody in tight.
Full house backfield again. Strotters at the top of the power I. Andrews once again goes into motion. Here comes Strauters again off left tackle, driving forward and looks to have a first down. Will be stopped short of the goal line, but I believe it will be 1st and goal now for the Falcons.
Real close, Chuck. It depend on the spot. They might want to measure.
McClee got off the bottom of that pile on the tackle for Uniontown, and yeah, just across the 2-yard line, so they'll call it a first down, gain of 5. 1st and goal from just shy of the 2-yard line.
1st and goal at the Uniontown 2-yard line.
Zachary Benzio is the fullback, by the way, number 43. He's the lead blocker. This time 3 backs straight across in a picket line. Strauters to the right, cuts back to the left, and is into the end zone for a Connellsville touchdown. The Falcons break the ice and jump on top 6-0.
Strauters doing it all. Interception on the defensive end and runs it in from 2 yards out to get our first touchdown of the season.
A 5-play, 49-yard drive, and with 8 minutes and 31 seconds remaining here in the first period, Connellsville has jumped on top by a 6-0 score, and now they'll try to add a 7th point. Lonegro, who made that nice catch, is now going to serve as the holder for Matthew Janes, number 16, the place kicker. Line drive kick is up and through. Connellsville jumps on top 7-0. And we'll be back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back. I'm Chuck Durso. Don Havens joining me, and we're glad that you're joining us. Connellsville fans right now very glad at the way this game is going as Connellsville picks up the turnover and the touchdown.
Sure was. Well, what a picture-perfect first 2 series for Connellsville. 3 and out for Uniontown, of course, with the interceptions you mentioned. And quick 5 plays, they got it in the end zone, including the 37-yard pass. And so beautiful start for Connellsville. Good start. Field goal's good, 7-0.
Don't forget to join us next Saturday night for Game 2 of our high school football season as we head out to Brownsville and the House of Pain in Redstone Township, East Allegheny, taking on the Brownsville Falcons. It's back-to-back week of Falcons here on Herald Standard Television. East Allegheny, Brownsville. Make sure you catch it next Saturday evening. Same bat time, same bat channel right here on HSTV. Now Uniontown will get their 2nd possession.
10 games this year on HSTV, Chuck. Going to be a good time. Just getting started.
Hopefully more.
Maybe more.
Hopefully a couple playoff games.
We might get lucky enough to do more. That's right.
Of course, our 3rd man in the booth is Jess Hudson. He'll be joining us later in the season. He'll be a part of our broadcast team this year as well. Okay, now here comes Brian Grady, and he is hit and dropped after a short return at about the 23-yard line. Sean Keffer makes the tackle there, and Uniontown will get a 1st and 10 from that spot. 8:25 remaining here in the opening quarter. As you take a look at the Uniontown cheerleaders getting their cheer on. There's one of my former students right there in the middle of the frame. Jessica Faulkner, former A.J. McMullen student. I got to show love to the Mountain Kids. Don Havens. Hey, Don, was that you responding to me or what?
No, I think I'm all right. You all right? I think somebody found our crowd mic.
That sounded like you when you were trying to field a ground ball this year during the Fayette County Church Softball League games.
Yeah.
Big hole for McClee. 1st down and more across the 35 and to about the 36, 37-yard line. First down of the night for Uniontown. Tackle made by Andrew Adams. But that's a 13-yard pickup.
There's a correction there. That was me after the ball hit me after trying to field a ground ball.
One that I hit, of course.
Because I wasn't going to use my glove. My God. Nice run.
Let's go on the record right now as saying Don Havens and myself, our teams didn't do that well.
We stink. Yeah, we stink. Yeah.
1st and 10 now for the Red Raiders.
Fumble.
Ball is loose, picked up nicely by Bowers. And he makes something out of nothing as he stretches forward for about 3 yards. Adams again on the tackle. He'll spot it just across the 36, so officially we'll make it a 4-yard gain. And it will be 2nd down and a long 6. And, oops, as you see that ball just kind of flutter around there, but a nice bounce for the Raiders. Boy, they don't need another turnover this
Yeah, that's a little bit dangerous trying to pick it up. Sometimes the coaches want you just to fall on it. He was able to scoop it up and got almost 4 yards out of it, so nice play.
3 wide to the top and 1 to the bottom with the sidecar out of the shotgun. Center back. Little flare. And boy, that one was almost picked off. Is it a live ball or is it a forward pass? The official calls it a forward pass as McLee could not hang on to it and almost picked up by a defensive lineman for the Falcons, and that could have been disaster. As watch how close this came to being a huge Falcon play.
Yeah, Justin Cole got good penetration, gets by the left tackle, and almost falls right in his hands. Almost an interception there.
Justin Cole is a senior who goes 217. Still a big one. And now passing down at 3rd and long 6. 2 wides to each side with McLee next to center. Rolling left. Tough throw when you're going that way. Already threw 1 interception. This time he completes the pass, but it will be short of the first down. Grady makes the catch right around the 45. A bit of a generous spot, I think, across the 45. Will make it 4th and about a half yard. And now head coach John Fortuna has to decide, does he want to roll the dice this early?
You know, I wonder, Chuck, you mentioned a tough throwing the ball that direction. They've done that a couple times with Doogie now. They've made him roll to the left. You think his right would be his strong side. Of course, that was a pretty nice pass right there, hit him right in the numbers. But you wonder if rolling right might be the stronger side for him. But looks like Uniontown may go for it on 4th and short. That was a good spot, though, Chuck, well over just over the 45-yard line.
First completed pass of the night for Sanner. Sanner's wearing number 15, isn't he?
Yes.
Yeah, he's listed as 16 in our roster here, but wearing number 15. Now Bowers comes in motion. Out of the shotgun on 4th and a half yard. They fake to Bowers, and McLee has a huge hole. And it's all green turf. He will take it to the hizzy. Raiders on the board. 54 yards for McLee.
They ran that set a couple times. Each time they gave it to the end around on the sweep. This time, handed right up the middle, and nobody touched McLee until he was 15 yards out. Right there, just a fake. There he's first. He wasn't even touched, Chuck. 54 yards, non-touched.
And escorts to the end zone. And now the Raiders will try to tie it up. The extra point attempt by Taylor Mauser is up and through. 5:59 remaining here in the first period. And we are tied at 7. We'll be back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Well, strike up the band, Raider Nation, as Uniontown gets their first touchdown of the 2007 season in exciting fashion as Dalen McLee goes 54 yards to tie up this game at 7.
Yeah, 6 plays, 66 yards for the touchdown, and Uniontown's able to tie it up. A little rusty early, a fumble lost, almost an interception, 1 interception on the first drive, but that play gets Uniontown right back in it, and we got a brand new football game, still in the first.
Mauser now to kick off. And he bounds one down to about the 20. Will it stay in bounds? It will not. Boy, it almost hugged the line. Strauters let it go, and it took a right turn, but after it went out of bounds, so Connellsville will get great field position on their second possession of the game. By the way, in 2 weeks, we will be at Bill Power Stadium in Uniontown. The Raiders will be hosting Albert Gallatin in a Keystone Conference matchup that is the conference opener for both teams. 2 teams that hope to compete for a playoff spot, and 2 teams that are local rivals from right down the road. I'll tell you what, you can't get more exciting than that this early in the season. Gotta love it. Albert Gallatin at Uniontown, and we'll have it for you 2 weeks from tonight right here on Herald Standard Television Sports.
Well, you just toe the line, don't you? You just teach everywhere. Uniontown, AG, you just get everybody fired up, don't you? You get all the rivals pitted against each other, make friends everywhere.
Absolutely. I love it. That's one of my favorite games to do because I know everybody. Some of them even talk to me in public.
Oh, is that right?
Well, a couple of them.
Sorry to hear that.
Connellsville starts at the 35-yard line, 1st and 10. Strauters at the top of the I formation. Again, Pastors is the quarterback. Lonegro comes in motion, and now whistles blow. I do see a flag. We're going to get a delay of game penalty. First penalty of the evening goes against the Falcons, and that will make it 1st and 15.
Do you have any insight on Alberghausen, how they'll be this year? Coach Tim Tracy over there and the boys. Any idea?
A lot of the same problems Alberghausen has had in recent years. Numbers. They don't have a lot of people going out, and so that's the problem. They just haven't had any success to build on. Success breeds success. They need to get some. And a playoff berth last year was a start. They qualified for the playoffs last year. Yes, they lost, but at least it was a start. We'll see if that translates into anything this year. Lonegro now comes in motion on 2nd down and 15. Play action. Pastors back to pass, looking deep. Nobody open. Now he finds a tight end coming across the middle for a big gainer as Michael Amadik makes the catch and moves into Uniontown territory up around the 48-yard line. They were looking deep for Christopher Kretschmann. Kretschmann was well covered, but Amadik on a drag route across the middle was able to pick up 22 yards.
What a nice play. They roll their quarterback to the left as well. Had the big 37-yard pass earlier to Lonegro, and now this was at 27 yards. So pretty pass play. It looks like this kid can throw the football.
How about Pastors 2 for 2 here in the quarter for 56 yards? Yeah, that's not bad at all. 5:32 remaining on a turning clock here in the opening period. We are all tied up. Backs are split now, and here comes Strauters. Tries to get around the right end. Nicely strung out by the Uniontown defense. He'll get a couple of yards, but not much more. Tyler Holt does a good job there defensively, among others. I got to mention Tyler Holt, another mountain kid. I always give love to the mountain kids, the ones I had in my classroom. I figure if they could survive me, there's nothing that they can't do on a football field. Watch Tyler Holt string this one out here, number 26.
There's a flag down too, Chuck. I think they're discussing the penalty. Well, the air's thinner up there in the mountains, Chuck, so
it explains a lot of my behavior up there, that's for sure.
Exactly.
Oxygen deprivation. The penalties against
somebody.
Excellent analysis. I was going to say Connellsville because they were talking to Uniontown, and I think it was after the play because they're marking it off from the end of that run. Well, they're calling it a hold. Now, it wasn't after the play, but they're saying the hold was a couple of yards downfield. So it ends up being a net 8-yard penalty. Second penalty of the possession against the Falcons, and now 1st down and 18. Strouder's at the top of the eye, just out of your screen. Now he's in your screen, and
fumble. Oh.
No, it was a trick play. And they fooled everybody. And a nice gainer by Pastors as he did a little play action. Strouder's kind of looked back like, oops, what happened? And nice play. William Close makes the tackle.
Certainly fooled me. Uniontown blew that play up. They had 3 guys in the backfield. Watch this, Chuck. 3 guys are in the backfield, and they all look right at the running back. He got it. No, he hasn't. That's a beautiful play.
6-yard pickup for Pastors, his first rush of the evening, and it's now 2nd down and 12 from the midfield stripe. Somebody just came off the sideline after the huddle.
Lonegro was one of them.
Can you do that? I guess you can.
I guess so.
Didn't think you could come onto the field after the huddle has been broken, but here comes Strauters. Nothing up the middle, so he angles out to the left and then the right. Now he's gone. It's a foot race. They couldn't catch McLee. They won't catch Strauters. 50-yard touchdown scamper. And it is a big play fest here in quarter number 1.
And so far, it's the Strauters show. Interception, 2 touchdown runs, 1 for 50 yards. He's taken over, and Connellsville has a 6-point lead, extra point pending.
And he does most of this on his own, Don.
Watch him cut back right here. Up, there you go. He's gone. Once he got to that point, speed took over.
Jason Guthrie tries to catch him, makes a dive, but not going to happen.
A little too late.
So Connellsville back up by 6, and they'll try to add the extra point once again as Janes comes out. Snap is good. Placement is good. The kick is up and through. We have 4:06 remaining here in the first quarter, and Connellsville now leads it 14-7. Don't go away, folks. You might miss something. We'll be back with more right after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. A field's eye view for you here from Connellsville as Uniontown and Connellsville battle for the old coal bucket. And Connellsville leads it 14-7 in the first quarter. It's been a good one. Dayla McClee with a 54-yard touchdown run a few moments ago to tie the game at 7, and Lance Strotters answers with a 50-yard jaunt of his own, his second touchdown of the period, and Connellsville is back up by 7.
And we're still in the first quarter. Still 4:06 to go. Good start.
Haven't had a punt yet?
Nope.
Now Uniontown to get their third possession. We have had one turnover. Long kick, and it's taken by Grady.
Oh, big hit.
Horse collared at the 24-yard line, and a flag comes in.
Sean Kepper came in out of nowhere and just blew up that play. There is a flag, though.
I don't know if it's on the tackle or not. I mean, the flag was thrown as soon as the tackle was made.
Yeah.
My initial reaction was that although it was a high tackle, it was legal.
What's that? Bang.
Look, I don't see anything illegal with
good
that.
Tackle to me.
No, it's against
Blocking
Uniontown.
back on Uniontown, yeah.
Illegal use of the hands, blocking in the back, and I thought the tackle looked legal, but the flag came as soon as the tackle was made. The flag was thrown, and
right.
I just wondered about that. So now Uniontown really digging themselves into a hole to begin this possession as they'll start inside their 20-yard line.
And he really didn't grab any shoulder pad, Chuck. It was shoulder to shoulder, big hit.
Hey, don't forget to tune in every Sunday as we dust off great movies and TV shows of yesteryear with HSTV Sunday Classics. Take a trip down memory lane with stars such as Cary Grant, William Holden, and John Wayne. Join host Marty Schiff each and every Sunday at 3 and 8 p.m. for great HSTV Sunday Classics right here on Channel 19. This Sunday, Ronald Reagan and Olivia de Havilland in the classic Western Santa Fe Trail.
Ronald Reagan. The Ronald Reagan?
Yeah, he used to act with the monkey. And I don't mean George Bush,
right.
The second. Look at this. It's a big play fest. I'm telling you, every play now is going for 10, 15 yards. And this time it's Sanner on the keeper across the 30-yard line.
Doug Doogie or Douglas or whatever they call him out there got out to the outside. He had a guy with him. He thought, might as well keep it himself. They both had a ton of room. Watch this. Him and his tail back there. Yeah, might as well just keep it.
19-yard
run.
19-yard pickup, and or check that, a 15. My bad.
Are we calling him Doogie or Dougie or Douglas?
I get it right. 17-yard pickup is what I meant to say. Doogie.
Right.
Yeah, we call him Doogie.
We'll call him what the kids call him. Is that what it is? Doogie?
We're just a couple kids. Why not?
That's right.
1st and 10 from the 31. Out of the I formation. Fake to the fullback, and now Bowers with room. And he comes across the 41, looks to have another first down for the Raiders. Andrews on that, Andrew Adams. It's Adams on that tackle. And getting some help from someone whose number I don't have on the roster.
That's a good way to put it.
Unless I read it wrong. Anyway, Connellsville has called a timeout with 3:18 remaining here in quarter number 1. Gives us a chance to take a breath. We'll come back with more. It's Connellsville 13. Check that, Connellsville 14. Uniontown 7. This is Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back. 3:18 remaining here in the first period. Chuck Durso and Don Havens bringing you the action, and an exciting one so far as we have been going up and down the field. Connellsville leads by a touchdown, but Uniontown on the march with a couple of first downs, and they're now set up 1st and 10 at their own 42-yard line. Shotgun on first down. Looking on the crossing route, and now going deep. That ball is underthrown. Some contact, but nothing called. Brady was, or Bowers rather, was the intended receiver. Brady was in the area as well. Bowers, check that, is still down at the 35-yard line, and the training staff coming out to take a look. Uniontown wants to throw the ball but early, Sanders struggling 1 for 5.
Yeah, and he had one dropped earlier, if you remember, too, and then overthrew an open guy for the interception. I think Bowers just went down hard. It looked like his shoulder, but it looks like they're working on his ankle, so maybe twisted his ankle.
Zachary Guyon on the coverage there, the 5'9" junior, wide receiver and defensive back, and their feet got tangled, and there was no call, and I think correctly so. You're watching high school football here on Herald Standard Television Sports, and high school football being brought to you in part by Davis & Davis, BCM Enterprises, Laurel Business Institute, and the Apothecare Pharmacy, among those fine sponsors help bringing you the flavor of high school football in your living room on Herald Standard Television Sports. What a big football weekend it is, too, Don Havens, as the college football season started on Thursday night. And, of course, earlier today, we had West Virginia and Penn State. Now, again, we're on tape delay. This game was played Friday night. But as you're watching at home, earlier today, West Virginia and Penn State opened up their seasons, and the Pitt Panthers are playing right about now.
Yeah, Pitt has Eastern Michigan this weekend.
West Virginia has Western Michigan, and Penn State's playing
Florida
South-northern Michigan, I think.
Yeah. Northern Canada on top of Lake Michigan.
Playing Florida International Sisters of the Poor is who they're playing.
Right.
I mean, man, Joe, but you know I'm Penn State proud all the way, but my goodness, he scheduled Florida International and Buffalo and Temple all in the same season.
Right.
You know, ESPN.com does a column called The Bottom 10. I don't know if you've ever seen it, where they list the bottom 10 football programs.
Okay.
All 3 of those are in the bottom 10 right now.
Well, that's
we are Penn State.
Yeah, chalk up them 3 W's early, bring them to Happy Valley, and beat them to death.
And we get Notre Dame on a down year, so gotta love that. Get
Penn
some
State's
momentum
only
into the Michigan game.
They're only favored by 38.5, so just relax.
Good schedule for the Nittany Lions this year. They're one tough game at Michigan early in the year. If they can pull off the upset in Ann Arbor, look out. Penn State could be in that national title hunt, and of course we know the West Virginia Mountaineers have dreams of a national title.
Unfortunately, I'm a Pitt fan, so.
Well, here's the thing. I'm a Penn State guy.
Right.
CJ now, my son CJ, he's a West Virginia guy. And I bought season tickets to Pitt football this year, so you know.
Doesn't even make sense.
And all my
you'll get to see West Virginia.
And all my Penn State. No, they're playing in Morgantown.
Oh, are they in Morgantown? Okay.
And all my Penn State fans friends are furious with me for that. By the way, I'm now a traitor.
Don't blow your money on that
stuff. I'm a pariah. Yeah.
Right.
Back to action now. 2nd and 10. Some movement just out of your screen, but there was a movement at the bottom of the screen by James Pratt at the bottom of the field, by the way. It was just out of view of the screen, but the wide out to the right side, a little bit of movement, and Uniontown's first penalty.
Truth of the matter is, Chuck, the whole Pitt thing, the Pitt season tickets are cheap.
That's why I got them.
And on a teacher's salary, you're stuck.
Believe me, that's
you're stuck
why
with what you get.
Yeah. Their home schedule is horrible.
Yeah,
they're
right.
Playing nobody, but I figured, hey, I want to go to Heinz Field, and I can never get Steeler tickets. So,
right.
It was a chance to see the field.
Well, it's a little better than last year. They had the Citadel at home, so they're moving up. They got Eastern Michigan. At least it's a MAC team.
Next week's Grambling. I'm going to the Grambling game. I just want to see the marching
band. Yeah, right, sure.
I hope they let the band out on the field.
I'm sure they will.
Well, I'm not sure they will. I don't know if they'll want the band on that turf, on the field. Might mess it up.
That's true, too, yeah.
Okay, here we go. 2nd and 15 following the penalty. Looking to the far side, had a man on a crossing route, and again, misfiring that pass incomplete. Avery Crenshaw was the intended receiver, and now it's 3rd down and long for the Raiders. They were moving the ball well on a couple of long runs, and then they went to the air. And that's not a criticism, because after a couple of runs, you're kind of setting them up for the pass. So a good idea, but unfortunately it hasn't worked. 2 straight incomplete passes sandwiched around a penalty. Now it's 3rd and 15.
And everything Uniontown's run tonight's been in the shotgun, every play, which has given Doogie, except for one, and then it's given Doogie a little bit more time to drop back and look around. He just missed his guy there. He overthrew him.
Yeah, definitely. Crenshaw was open on that slant route. Now Pratt, and on 3rd and 15, Pratt and Grady go wide to the far side, and Crenshaw just out of view on your screen to the near side. Rolling left, setting up, throwing on the run, cannot hit Pratt, the intended receiver. Would have been a couple of yards shy of the first down had he pulled it in. Sanders struggling here in the first quarter. Contrast of quarterbacks, Sanders so far 1 of 7 for 6 yards and an interception, while Pastors is 2 of 2 for 56 yards. And now Uniontown will punt it away with 3:01 remaining in the first period. Strouders is back to return this punt at the 30-yard line. And getting set to kick it is Aaron Prescott for the Red Raiders. Thought I saw some movement again by Uniontown, but nothing called. High punt will hit at the 31-yard line, bounce straight up into the air, and will be down by Jason Guthrie at the 32, where the Falcons will take over. 2:52 remaining in the first period, and Connellsville leads it 14-7. High school football being brought to you on Herald Standard Television Sports by Modeller's Depot, by Fox Glass, by Mongel's Auto Care, and Bookcase, used books. Some of the fine sponsors who are making this broadcast possible here on Channel 19, and we certainly hope you're enjoying it in the comfort of your living room. Saturday night football on Herald Standard Television.
We couldn't have got a better night weather-wise either, too, Chuck. It's beautiful out. It's comfortable.
Going to be a great Labor Day weekend weather-wise, apparently. Right. So, yeah, folks, get out there and enjoy yourself on this final holiday of summer. Splitting wide to the right is Omatic. And now Benzio comes in motion. And the give is to Strouders, and this time he is wrapped up and dropped immediately after virtually no gain. Crenshaw was there on the tackle, and we have a Red Raider down again. Cody Castor helped out on the tackle. He's not the one who's hurt, though. The injured player is Charles Broski, who is in some discomfort right now. I think it's a cramp.
Yeah, it looks like it might be.
Yeah, the way they're dealing with it, definitely a cramp. That's good news. You'd rather have that than something else. So that's good news. 2:37 on a stopped clock. Don't forget to tune in next Saturday night for our next high school football broadcast. East Allegheny at Brownsville. In 2 weeks, we travel to Uniontown for Albert Gallatin at Uniontown. And sometime in the next couple of weeks, we will be joined by Jess Hudson in the house, the third member of our football broadcast crew for this season.
Just a little recap, Chuck. We've had a wild first quarter. Still 2:37 to go, but Uniontown opened the game. They took the ball at the 26-yard line. 3 plays later, Strouders intercepted for Connellsville. They immediately went 50 yards and a 2-yard touchdown run for Strouders, put Connellsville up 7-0. Then Uniontown on a 6-play drive, 76 yards, capped by a 54-yard run by McLee, and we were tied at 7. And then Connellsville went up 14-7 on a 50-yard run by the man of the hour so far, Strouders, to put Connellsville up 14-7 after the PAT. Uniontown just punted, and Connellsville taking over at the 31-yard line. We got 2nd down and 9. 14-7 Connellsville.
A slow-moving first period because of all the scoring plus a couple of injury timeouts. So we've been creeping along here right now, under 2.5 minutes remaining. Strouders, by the way, 6 carries, 66 yards, and 2 touchdowns here in the first quarter. Here comes carry number 7 on the pitch, trying to get wide to the right. Close trying to chase him down, and does. Another short gain. It will be 3rd and long for the Falcons. Nice pursuit there by William Close, another Mountain boy. He's a 5'11 senior, 185, and a maniac on defense. 1-yard pickup for Strouders. It will be 3rd and 8.
Now, you're talking about church softball. We had another church softball game coaching tonight. Softball player, Jerry Pegg, who I interviewed before the game, is also a church softball guy.
I call him JPEG.
I told you I gave him the name Jay Peasy now that Joey Porter's gone.
Why not? Sure.
He doesn't like it, but that's what I get.
3rd and 8. And looking long, has a man open. Does he keep his feet in bounds? Did he catch it? It looks like it. What a grab. Highlight reel catch by Christopher Kretschmann. That was pretty.
Certainly was. Ran it in and then back out to the sideline. It was wide open. Throw was a little bit high, but he was able to lay out and pull it down. We'll get a chance to see it up close here. A little play action. Good protection.
Ball moves to the Uniontown 47-yard line. 1st down, Falcons.
Oh, we just didn't quite catch it, unfortunately, on screen. But trust me, that was a brilliant catch. 19-yard pickup, and that was something else. 1st and 10 now. Connellsville back in Uniontown territory. 3rd time in 3 possessions. They're at the 47-yard line. Here comes Strouders on the dive play up the middle. Spins away from one tackler, dragging McLee along to the 40-yard line. A 7-yard pickup.
Boy, he's tough. Starters is tough.
Starters, ball carrier.
If we get a chance to see it on the replay, you'll watch right around the line of scrimmage. He switched the ball to the other hand as he come across the line of scrimmage, get it away from the defenders. Watch here. Grabs it, little stutter, step in the right hand. Let's go left hand. What a nice play. What a nice run. Get it away from the defenders. Hold on to the pigskin. 7-yard gain, second and short.
Should have charged McLee $1.25 for that ride he just took. 7-yard pickup for Strotters at 2nd down and 3 as we are in the final minute of the opening frame. Omatic splits wide right. Benzio now goes in motion. Here comes Strotters again. This time he's wrapped up immediately, and that's not Strotters. Check that. That's Andrew Adams with his first carry of the night. Looked to be stopped, but great second effort, and I think he has the first down. Pratt close. Guthrie all in on the stop.
Number 42, close. Big tackle for
And it is a first down, a 4-yard pickup for Andrews. Andrew Adams, the fullback.
Ball moves to the 36-yard line.
Unofficially, Connellsville now with 7 first downs here in the first period. This probably will be the final play of the quarter as we're down to 15 seconds remaining, and a little confusion right now as Pastors scurrying around a little bit there. And, oh boy, that didn't look good right from the start, and he was fortunate to fall on top of it as he fumbled the snap, and things looked out of sorts before that ball was even snapped. Connellsville averts disaster, and that will end the first period. After one quarter, the score is Connellsville 14, Uniontown 7. We'll be back with the second quarter after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back, Chuck Durso and Don Havens bringing you high school football on Herald Standard Television. We're about ready to start the second quarter. Don Connellsville leads at 14-7. Some moments in the first quarter for Uniontown, but the Falcons right now driving, trying to take control of this one.
Strotters has obviously been the story so far. He has the pick. He's got the two touchdown runs. He's over 70 yards now on the ground. And Connellsville's continuing to drive. Uniontown hasn't been able to stop him yet, Chuck. No punts, no turnovers for Connellsville. They're just methodically moving the ball. They had a chance on the last series. Uniontown had them caught in the 3rd and 8, but a big pass for the Falcons on the great catch by Crutchman on the sidelines gave him the first down. And now they're continuing to move. And as we switch sides, they got a 2nd down and 10 at the 36, heading in again for a possible another score with a touchdown lead.
Yeah, that 3rd and long conversion was huge to keep the drive alive. Now they're facing a 2nd and long, 2nd and 10 from the Uniontown 36-yard line. First play of the second period. Strouters has been the workhorse. He gets the ball again, and this time will dive forward for a very short gain. Well defended there by the Red Raiders. Among others, Joel Horvath was on the tackle. Helping out also a 2-yard gain, and once again it will be 3rd and 8. Strouters has now carried the ball 9 times and has 76 yards with, of course, the 2 touchdowns. McLee had 67 yards of his own in the first quarter on only 2 carries. 54 of them came on 1 carry, which of course was the Red Raider touchdown.
Another chance for the Uniontown defense on the 3rd and long.
Crutchman is wide to the near side, and Pastors looking that way now, running for his life, and overthrows Crutchman on the near sideline, and that will bring up 4th down. Nice pressure put on by the Red Raiders. Pressuring the quarterback there was Andrew Meneke. First incomplete pass of the evening for Pastors. And Connellsville obviously way too far out for a field goal. Do you go for it on 4th and 8 and give Uniontown good field position? Normally you'd think this is a little too close to punt, but in this situation, punting is exactly what they are going to do. Nathan Alberts out there for the first Connellsville punt of the evening. McLee and Crenshaw back to return it, but a bad snap. Alberts just has to fall on it in midfield. Big break for the Red Raiders, who will start this possession at the 50-yard line and a chance to get right back in this one. Special teams play, always important, and miscues in special teams will kill you. And that certainly was one. High school football being brought to you on Herald Standard Television Sports by, among others, Ferguson Funeral Home, Cardella Lightning, Kesmarski Funeral Home, and Fair Chance Pharmacy. Thanks to all of those fine sponsors for helping us out here on HSTV. Now Uniontown at the 50-yard line. Great field position, their best by far.
Yeah, big break for Uniontown on the snap over the head of the punter. Now they are in position to do something with this drive in midfield.
In the spread offense, as they have been most of the way, they'll run out of the spread, and here's McClee. And when you have a speed, fumble, still loose, Connellsville has it. I was just about to say, when you have speed in the backfield, you can run successfully out of the spread, and that was a very nice run on first down until the very end. And McClee just allowed the ball to squirt free. He was almost down, too. If you take a look at this on the replay, he was very close to being down by contact, but the ball came loose just as he was falling to the turf.
Yeah, what they did is they stood him up a little bit. When they stood him up, it exposed the ball. One pop of the helmet, it was on the ground, and Connellsville recovered.
Almost recovered by Uniontown, too, but not to be. So, oh, man, tough break. Just when the Raiders looked like they had a great chance to perhaps tie this game up, they turn it right over on the first play of the possession. Now Connellsville with good field position at their own 47-yard line.
2 turnovers for Uniontown and 1 fumble that they got back.
Adams at the top of the power eye this time. He'll get the carry. Dive play forward and pick up maybe a yard or 2. Kind of fell over the pile. At the bottom of the pile was David Anderson for the Raiders. 2-yard gain.
Number 42, close, in on the tackle for the Red Raiders.
10:33 here in the first half remaining. Connellsville leads it by 7.
Second and 8 now for the Falcons at their 49-yard line.
On 2nd and 8, Lonegro will come wide to the near side. Crutchman way up at the top of your screen. Backs are in the eye. Benzio is the fullback. Strauters is the halfback. He gets the carry, but not much there as he is gang tackled at midfield. Leading the charge
The ball carrier for Connellsville.
for the Red Raiders on that one was Cody Castor. Ball just across the 50, so officially another 2-yard pickup. It will be 3rd down and a long 6. They need to get to the 43.
They have rolled passers to the left several times. Maybe look for that again on the outside. Been rolling to the left and finding his wide receivers downfield.
Uniontown did put good pressure on the last passing play. Lonegro in motion, play action, and again some pressure. Castor running, and he's dropped. Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Dayla McClee with the closing speed to make an impressive sack.
There again, they like to roll passers to the left, and Uniontown's starting to figure it out. Huge pressure that time, and an enormous hit. Uniontown had that one snuffed out. They just flooded the left side of the line. Once them all pushed left, bang, straight through. There's 4 Red Raiders there, and he just gets hammered.
He came out of nowhere, didn't he?
Yeah, he sure did.
That was a nice play. So Connellsville once again will have to punt. Now they had a punt play of just a few moments ago and a high snap. They ended up turning it over in a sense, not officially a turnover because the punter fell on the ball. It's a 4th down play. This one much better, but the punt wasn't. High punt, and it will take a Uniontown bounce, and the Red Raiders will start at their own 49-yard line. Great field position with 8:27 remaining here in the first half. We'll take a quick break. It's Connellsville 14, Uniontown 7. This is Herald Standard Television Sports. For those of you that like to celebrate Halloween all year long, don't forget to join Gravely, Griselda, and Skelly Macabre, Madame Spookaslav, Deliria, Professor Scry, and their cast of characters at midnight for Castle Blood's Midnight Monster Hop. Castle Blood's Midnight Monster Hop. Later tonight, Saturdays at midnight on Horror Spooky Terror Vision, or as you mortals know at HSTV. 1st and 10 for the Raiders. Great field position as we resume action. They're at their own 49-yard line. They couldn't stand the prosperity last time they had the ball. They started at midfield and fumbled on the first play. Now Sander wants to keep it. Looking for room. Still on his feet. Nice effort by Doogie Sanders to get 4 yards where there really wasn't anything there.
Is it true that your wife stays with you because she enjoys scary things? When you were talking about Halloween, I had that thought. Is that a true story?
I haven't figured out why she stays with me yet, and I try not to overthink it.
I just thought she enjoyed scary things.
That's
what I heard.
I don't dare ask her because she might go, wait a minute.
Yeah.
Why do I?
Maybe I ought to rethink this.
2nd down and 6 now for the Raiders. 7:49 on a turning clock. Uniontown trails by 7.
How is your lovely wife anyway?
Angel is doing very fine. Thank you for
Good.
asking.
All right. Tell her I said hi.
She's having trouble dealing with the fact that her oldest son has gone off to college, but she's hanging in there.
Yeah, all parents go through that eventually, I guess.
Absolutely. Okay, now Guthrie looking for room around the right side and has it. 1st down and more to the 30-yard line. Big play for Red Raiders. Guthrie's first rush of the evening. I'll tell you what, Uniontown has had opportunities. In fact, it was Guthrie that dropped that pass on the first play of the game. The fumble, the interception, but they've had some big plays, and right here's one of them. They've shown the ability to move the football.
Guthrie showed some good speed there, too. He had 2 defenders there for Connellsville on the outside. Just put on the Jets and got down the sideline for 17. Nice run.
Ball to the 31-yard line. 1st and 10 for the Red Raiders. Unofficially their 5th first down of the night. Connellsville has 7. McLee in the backfield along with Sanner, and they're communicating with each other right now. Make sure they're on the same page. 7:25 on a stopped clock as Guthrie had gone out of bounds. And now McLee with a hole. Right up the middle. Look at that speed. 10-5. Touchdown Raiders. My goodness.
Pretty much the same play they ran for the touchdown in the first quarter. Same play. Fake the end around. Give it to McLee right up the middle. This time.
Daniel McLee has carried the ball 4 times. He's surpassed 100 yards here in the first half on that carry. Now 101 with 2 touchdowns, 1 from 54. And look at that burst through the seam from 31 yards out.
Same exact play as they ran the first quarter for the touchdown in Uniontown. A PAT away from tying this game up.
But flags fly as they were set up for the extra point. Mauser to attempt it, but now they'll have to move back 5 yards as Uniontown has called for their second penalty of the evening, illegal procedure. And the kicking game is not their strong suit, so with some teams, a 5-yard penalty on an extra point, ho-hum, but not the case with Uniontown. Moving back 5 yards, that's a big penalty indeed. Tyler Holt is the holder on the play, and now we get flags again. Oh, my goodness. This is real bad here. If they move back another 5, they may be in a situation where Coach Fortuna wants to think about going for 2, just throwing one up for grabs in the end zone.
Yeah, you're getting further back. This is an important extra point, too.
Right.
Yeah, but to being able, trying to tie the game, but it is against Uniontown, Chuck. They might have to consider going for 2.
One thing you often see, Don, in opening games is a lot of penalties. We've seen that over the years, that the first game of the season often has been a flag fest. We have not seen that tonight.
Right.
Just 2 penalties on Connellsville, and Uniontown had only committed 1, but now they commit back-to-back penalties. They'll still try the extra point. This is like a 30-yard field goal now. He has the leg. And he has the accuracy. Oh, my goodness, he says, Chuck Durso, what are you talking about? The kicking game is a weakness. Look at that. He's pointing to the sky, saying, I can get the job done. And we are tied at 14, 7:16 remaining in the first half. And we'll be back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Chuck Durso, Don Havens, glad you're with us here on Herald Standard Television Sports. And Don Havens, those numbers tell the story, and you could not ask for a better opening to the season.
Sure has. It's been entertaining. Big plays all the way around since the opening gun. Really, Chuck, it's been entertaining. Strauters had the big interception touchdown run early. McLee for Uniontown went 54 yards. Strauters answered that with a 50-yarder, and this 31-yard touchdown run by McLee right up the gut. And we got a tie football game. It's been interesting so far. It's been good.
Bottom line, and this is true in any sport, and football certainly as much, if not more than any, speed kills. And Dalen McLee has shown speed twice on offense and once on defense with that sack play.
Right. He came out of nowhere on that sack, too. You didn't see him on the screen. He ran in, snuffed that play out.
I mean, my goodness, he's
good
a lightning bolt out there. Now, this kick is on the ground. You got to be careful. Strauters picks it up inside the 10-yard line. He'll try to get wide to the right, and that's not going to happen. He is wrapped and dropped inside the 15-yard line. Great coverage by the Raiders, and Connellsville will start in a hole. 7:09 remaining here in the first half.
Uniontown starting to get a little bit of momentum with that touchdown. That was great kick coverage. They busted the wedge, and there were 4 Red Raiders waiting on Straughters. And now Connellsville has to start their own 14.
Hey, I don't know if you have plans for next Saturday night, but here's a thought. How about you curl up in front of the television and catch East Allegheny and Brownsville with our next high school football action right here on Channel 19. We certainly hope you join us for that one tonight. It's Connellsville Uniontown, and we got a good one going on. The coal bucket up for grabs, and Connellsville now will start this possession at their own 14-yard line. 3 in the backfield behind quarterback Pastors. Adams goes in motion. Here comes Straughters. Can he get wide? He does. Good pickup on first down. McLeod runs him to the sideline. Holt comes in to clean it up. Guthrie on that, check that. Crenshaw on that play as well. But a good gain on first down.
That was a heck of a run by Straughters. Watch this, Chuck. As he goes toward the center of the line, there's nothing there. He's got a real quick sidestep. Bang, right there. And it has enough speed to get to the outside. And a heck of a 9-yard gain on first down.
They're actually going to give him 10, and they're going to move the chains.
They gave him the first down?
Yeah, they're going to say it was a first down, 10-yard pickup for Straughters, who now has 88 yards on 11 carries. Boy, that's 8 yards a pickup, which is impressive until you remember that McLeod's averaging over 25 yards a gain so far.
Right.
First and 10 for Connellsville. This is Adams, and he has room off the left tackle, and he'll pick up about 10 yards. Could be another first down for Connellsville, and the Falcons moving the ball on the ground. Guthrie in on that tackle.
You know what we need to save our pennies for next year? We need to roll up some pennies and get me a telestrator up here. You know, we got some replays here like this, and I could draw little squiggly lines and circle guys, and that'd be draw smiley faces. It'd be a blast. I think we should do that next year. Get us a telestrator.
You will be the master of the telestrator.
I'm not quite John Madden, but I think I can draw. We'll see.
It just can't be sharp because we don't let Don Havens have any sharp objects in his hand.
That's right.
Ball comes loose. Straughters fell on it. I'll tell you what, Connellsville's gotten all the bounces. A couple times they put the ball on the turf and been able to come up with it. Uniontown has turned it over twice, although Uniontown did recover one of their own fumbles. As I said a few moments ago, opening games you get a lot of penalties. Mm-hmm. The other thing you get a lot of is this kind of stuff. You get a lot of turnovers and those kind of miscues.
Sure. Can I have my pencil back, my sharp object?
I see you there keeping stats with a crayon. You're not fooling anybody.
I'm doodling. I'm not really keeping stats.
Third down and a half a yard to go here. Short yardage situation for the Falcons. Long snap count. Here comes Adams. He's hit behind the line, but great second effort. And, boy, it's going to be close. It's going to be close. If he got it, it was all on his effort, and I think he does have the first down.
That was a heck of a run by Adams. He got popped 3 times in the backfield. Broke the tackle, and he got the first down, Chuck. Good penetration by Uniontown. As you said, long snaps. What am I trying to say? Snap count.
Boy, you could see the frustration there. Did you see moving his hands down there? The frustration on the part of C.J. Reddington, who had him in the backfield. Another one of my Mountain boys, too, a student from a couple years ago. C.J. just a sophomore and getting some playing time out there. C.J. is he's a big one.
Speaking of C.J., where did your son C.J. decide to go to school?
WVU.
Oh, did he really?
Yes, WVU.
Number 1 party school, lucky you.
Exactly. On first down now. And once again, Adams breaking a tackle and picking up 5 yards ahead to the 40. Yeah, everybody I've told in the last 2 weeks when I say he goes to West Virginia, that's the first reaction I get. Hey, yeah, the number 1 party school. Yeah, thanks a lot. That's what I want to hear.
Yeah, that's the worst nightmare for a parent.
Oh, my goodness.
Right.
But I told him it'll be okay as long as he hooks me up with Louisville and Pitt tickets.
Oh, okay. That's going to be hard to come by. Well, maybe not as much Pitt as in past, but Louisville for sure. That's a Thursday night game, too, isn't it?
It's a Thursday night game,
yeah. That's right.
Exactly. Second down and 6 from the 40-yard line.
National TV.
Straughters sidesteps one tackle, but not the next one. He'll pick up 1 yard. Short gain, and it will be 3rd and medium.
You know, Chuck, that's going to be us someday, national TV. We're going to get there.
ESPN is doing high school football this year.
Are they
They have
really?
a whole schedule of high school football on ESPN2 and ESPNU, including Jeanette and Yock.
Oh, yeah?
That's one of their games. So I'm waiting for the call.
Yeah.
I'm thinking they're going to
Sign
call
us
us
up.
to have us do it. Yeah.
You have the connections.
Bring Wesley Ellis along to produce it.
Oh, we'd go through the roof with that Wesley Ellis. He's
Oh,
the
my
best.
goodness, we'd be breaking it down.
That's right.
Tackle for Uniontown.
3rd down and 5.
Jersey guy.
This second period moving much more quickly than the first period. We're already down to 3:09 on the turning clock.
3rd and 4 at the
If Uniontown get a stop here, they could get one last late first half possession.
You know, speaking of Wesley Ellis, I know he's an Eagles fan, but I never asked him if he was a Rutgers fan or not. You know?
Well, the State University of New Jersey, you know. And now we get a whistle blown. Connellsville is going to call a timeout. That's their second timeout of the first half. And while we have a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout as well. 2:58 remaining in the half. It's 14-all. We'll be back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Raider Nation getting their cheer on.
What play reviews.
There's Jamie Faulkner. I mentioned her earlier. Former student.
3rd down and 4.
Welcome back. 2:58 remaining here in the first half. And we're tied at 14. Connellsville right now with a big 3rd down and 4. Trying to keep the possession alive and still with plenty of time. If they can get the first down here, plenty of time to move down into scoring position. They only have one timeout left. If Uniontown can get a stop here defensively, then conversely, they'll have time for one last possession, and they still are in possession of all 3 of their TOs.
Yeah, an important early play in the first half. Uniontown with an opportunity to get the ball back. If Connellsville is able to convert this for a first down, they'll have plenty of clock to try to get down the field.
3 wide on this play. Benzio the only setback. Play action, Pastors rolling left, out into the flat to Strauters, who makes the catch for the first down into Uniontown territory. Pulled down at the 45-yard line.
Complete to number 27, Trotter.
Big gain for the Falcons. Levi Rischel
Rischel
makes the tackle.
for Uniontown.
First down for Connellsville, unofficially their 9th first down here of the first half.
Gain of 14 yards
And
on
that
the
was
play.
a 14-yard pickup.
Uniontown's
Strouder's
45
first
yard
reception
line,
of the
first
night.
down, Falcons.
That was a big play on 3rd and 8. Now Connellsville's in business. Still 2:32 to go, first half.
Now Strauters, nothing off right tackle, tries to go wide, can't do it. He's dropped behind the line. Nice play made there. Josh Malenke was in on the tackle, but it was Andrew Malenke who hit him. Meneke who hit him first. Meneke Malenke combining on the tackle.
And Malenke combined on the tackle.
They put the stinky on him. Tackled him for a half-yard loss. Work with me here. I'm reaching.
I had nothing to say. You're too talented.
They put the stinky. I can't believe I said that.
It's only game 1, Chuck. You know you got time to work on these things.
I've had all summer to
I was
work
waiting
on
for
it.
I was waiting for you to fix it. The stinky's good. We can go with the stinky. That's good.
2nd and 10. Pastors to pass. Wide open, but unable to make the connection as Crutchman had some room up around the 29-yard line.
Pastors incomplete. Intended for number 21, Crutchman.
Pastors threw up a prayer.
Boy, they like to roll Pastors to the. Yes, he did. Some divine intervention.
And the Lord said you got
And
to
the Lord
catch this
said,
ball.
yes. Well, not that one.
No.
That was a little bit too tall.
Sometimes God answers every prayer, but sometimes the answer is no.
That is correct.
3rd down and 10. Called 3rd and 11 now. They actually spot the ball at the 46-yard line.
I was waiting for a church reference on him.
You
I
knew-
just
you
I
knew
waited.
it was
I
coming.
waited. Yeah, I just waited for
After
it.
the last one, I had to throw it in now.
Yeah, get it in.
Couldn't wait any longer. Passing down. Again, rolling left. Strauters is open and makes the catch. Another first down for the Falcons to the 25-yard line. McClee was on the coverage, but Strauters was able to beat him. Pratt makes the tackle. A 21-yard pickup.
Strauters with 34 yards receiving just on this drive. And that was pretty touch right there. And they like to roll Pastors to the left, don't they, Chuck? He rolls to the left almost every play.
Almost every one, yeah. And
he's got it on the money.
he's 5 of 7 for 110 yards, and Connellsville is now going to use their final timeout with 1:18 remaining here in the first half. Let's take a quick break, and we'll come back. See if Connellsville can retake the lead here on Herald Standard Television Sports. Uniontown head coach John Fortuna trying to dial up a defense for the Red Raiders to see if they can stop Connellsville. Uniontown has not led in this game, but we've been tied at 7 and at 14 where we are right now. Connellsville threatening, though, at the 25-yard line in Uniontown territory. They now have a 1st and 10, but no timeouts remaining. High school football being brought to you here on Herald Standard Television Sports by Appalachian Timber, Teleperformance Marketing, and by Grimm Insurance. Shout-out time. Church Softball League, Jim Grimm. I'm heading to as people watch this right now tonight. I am in Parkersburg, West Virginia, playing softball with Jim Grimm from Grimm Insurance, by the way. And I'm sure we're still undefeated by now.
I'm sure.
Because I'm on the bench.
Of all places for you to play softball, you picked Parkersburg, West Virginia.
It's the national qualifying tournament. Come on, we're looking to bring home the big trophy.
All right.
1st and 10 now. Screen pass. Strouders way behind the line. Breaks one tackle, but then is stopped after a short gain and then loses the ball. First turnover of the night for the Falcons as Uniontown recovers it. Ball is recovered by Billy Hale.
Strouders never saw it coming. Does a nice job here. Nice move on the inside. But right from behind, the ball gets knocked out by Charles Broski as he comes in and knocks the football out. And that's a big play for Uniontown. And they got 1:07. They got 3 timeouts, so they still have plenty of time to maybe get some points on the board before the end of the half.
Do you take a chance of throwing the ball and perhaps turning it back over to Connellsville here, or do you say, hey, we dodged a bullet, we'll be happy at 14, and do you play it safe and run? Keep in mind, they can play it safe, run, and McLean could still bust a long game.
That's right. So with a guy like McLean, you might be able to do that.
And they've run out of the spread very successfully. Let's see what they try here. 1st and 10 at the 24. And they will give it to McLean. And he gets wide. Nice gain. Do they call a quick timeout? They will. About a 9-yard pickup, 8 or 9 yards ahead to about the 32, 33-yard line. Good pickup by McLean. And we have a player down on the field for Union, third Red Raider that we've seen now on the field. And Billy Hale just recovered that fumble for Uniontown, and he is the player who is injured right now. Just made a big play, but now down on the field.
You can see the Uniontown's going to do a nice job this year. As they spread teams out, that obviously spreads the defense out. With a guy like McLean, his speed, you can get him out in the corner, Chuck, where there's a little bit of room. He's going to break a lot of long runs this year. You can just feel it coming. He gets a lot of space. He's a heck of a runner. He's got 2 long ones today, a 54-yarder and a 31-yarders.
And ready to resume action now. Welcome back. Final minute. 2nd and 2 for the Raiders. Final minute of the first half, of course. Fake, and Sanders will keep it. And lunges forward. I think the second effort may have gotten him a first down. Now the clock is still running. The officials now stop the clock with 49 seconds remaining because we'll need a measurement here. This is very close.
All right, first one of the year, Chuck. Did he get it? I think he got it.
Yeah, he got it.
All right.
We're not going to have a measurement. They're giving it to him.
No, they ripped me off. All right.
And
we'll try the next one.
Exactly. And Uniontown uses their second timeout, 49 seconds remaining here in the first half. This has been a good one.
So, Chuck, first week of school, how'd it go?
Love it. Back into the swing. Summer was a little short, but nobody really cares to hear me whine about that. So,
no.
So I won't.
I agree.
But I enjoy it. Hey, man, I love being around kids. I love being around 8th graders. It's my mentality. I have someone I can talk to on my level. Exactly.
Sure.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They already think I'm nuts. They're a little frightened of me. That's the way I like it at first.
My kids were so happy Monday morning. They were in such a good mood.
I'll bet.
My son started kindergarten this week. What an adventure that was. It was something.
Cry the first day?
Not really.
Good
Just
for him.
didn't want to go, yeah.
Then he realized there's girls there, and the second day he couldn't wait to go, right?
Well, maybe in a few years. I don't think he really cares too much now.
Flags fly now, and that won't help.
My daughter in the 3rd grade. bringing home her homework that I can't complete and help her with. She says, "Dad, you got to help me." I said, "I can't. I can't."
The new math, right?
Yeah, I guess. Said, ask your mother.
At the 29-yard line.
Shout out, by the way, to my fellow teacher at AJ, Donnie Bell, and that story I just told you about, not wanting to go the first day and then realizing there's girls the second day. That was his son when he went to kindergarten a couple years ago. I'm not making that up.
Well,
Start him young.
that's right.
First and 15, and under pressure and dropped behind the line. The Falcons with the sack, and it looked like Lloyd Means was the first one back there.
Sorry, Chuck. That might do it, too. Uniontown might just want to take a knee and take the 14 tie into halftime after that sack.
First sack of the night for Connellsville.
No gain on the play. Second and 15.
And that was a 3-yard loss, so it's now 2nd and 18. And, yeah, they're in no hurry. They have a timeout left, but they're not rushing. They are still in the spread, but I'm guessing McLee's going to get the ball here. They'll see if maybe he can break one. We're down to 10 seconds. There he goes. He does break one. Short of the first down. Do they want to use their last timeout and try one last play? They do. With 2 seconds remaining. As McLee. And he's down on the field now after that 15-yard gain. And I'm telling you what, nobody in Raider Nation wants to see that. Collective hearts and collective throats right now because he has been the weapon so far for the Raiders.
Yeah, and he's holding his back, Chuck. If he came down strange, maybe we get to see it here on the replay. Yeah, took maybe a helmet right in the back.
Hopefully nothing major, and he can, of course, has the halftime intermission as he walks off the field under his own power and
get another look
nice
at
round
it.
of applause.
Get another look at it here, Chuck. Somebody comes in right at the end and gets him right in the middle of the back. I can't see the number there, but looks like he's okay. He walked off.
Uniontown uses their final timeout, so with 2 seconds left, they'll have time for one more play. Just heave one deep and hope something happens. Might get a pass interference, which would give you another play, and might get a lucky bounce or something. Never know. Worth taking a shot from this point of the field, you would think. How about the fine job Wesley Ellis and the HSTV crew is doing to bring us these wonderful pictures and these replays on the spot. And I'll tell you what, I hope you're enjoying it. This is as fine a production as you're going to get anywhere of any of the football games you're watching over the weekend.
Can't argue with that. Our crew does do a nice job, and yeah, the years of being here really have improved the broadcast. It's a nice broadcast to watch.
I don't even know. I tried to think on the way to the field tonight. I was trying to think how many years I've been doing games now on HSTV. I honestly can't remember.
Well, how old are you, Chuck?
None of your business.
Fair enough.
Here we go. One last play. But the fact that I can't remember how long I've been doing this should tell you how old I am. They don't throw it. They run it. And now look at Sanders. Boy, I tell you what, he did make it interesting, didn't he, as he got down to the 35-yard line. That was a 21-yard gain. And that will end the first half. Exciting half, folks. You definitely got your money's worth. We still have another at least 24 minutes to go after one half of play. It's Connellsville 14, Uniontown 14. Halftime bands, stats, all kind of stuff coming up next on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back. Hope you enjoyed the marching bands. Boy, as always, great job, and that's part of what makes high school football so special. Chuck Durso back with Don Havens up here in the press box as you take a look at the action on the field, and also as you take a look at the first half stats. And Don Havens, as you take a look, a lot of yardage, over 400 total yards in that first half. The big difference, Connellsville with some balance, Uniontown, most of it on the ground.
Yeah, nothing in the air for Uniontown, only 6 yards. 197 though total, so 191 on the ground. McLee, a 54-yard touchdown. accounted for some of that. So they've been able to run the football on the ground out of that spread. You think with a spread they'd be able to throw it. Haven't been able to. 217 total for Connellsville. Not a bad first half. Like you said, good balance. 106 in the rush, 111 in the air. Pretty good first half. And we got a tie game, as the stats show you there. It's pretty tight.
And you see, of course, the two individual players that really stand out so far. Really three, I guess. Two on Connellsville's side and one on Uniontown. Quarterback Pastors, 6 of 8 for 111 yards. Strong ball 14 times, 88 yards and a pair of touchdowns. Meanwhile, McLee, monster first half, only 6 carries, but 124 yards and 2 touchdowns. A lot of competition early on for our first Davis & Davis High School Player of the Week for this year. We'll be announcing a Davis & Davis Player of the Week each and every week here during football season, and those three putting in an early bid.
Sure are, and it'll be interesting to see where we go in the second half. I'm really surprised at how much Connellsville's been able to put the ball in the air. They like to roll Pastors to the left. He's been solid so far, right on the money. Has found his big running back Struthers a couple times for about 40 yards total in the air. So Uniontown's going to have to find a way on defense to stop that pass and get their quarterback, Doogie Sanders, to start completing a few. However, it's a 14-14 game, so it's either team's game right now.
Connellsville has not trailed in this game, and they will get the first crack as they'll get the first possession in the third quarter. We'll be back with the second half in just a few moments, so stay tuned. It's a 14-all tie as we are just about ready to start the second half next on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back, Chuck and Don, bringing you high school football, and we're just about ready to get underway with the second half. The Connellsville Falcons will get the first possession as Uniontown will kick off. Connellsville will move left to right to open up the third quarter. Connellsville scoring touchdowns on their first 2 possessions of the game as Strotters scored from 1 yard out, a short one, and then from 50 yards out, a long one. Uniontown answered each of those touchdowns as McLee scored from 54 yards out to tie it at 7 at the time, and then from 31 yards out to tie it at 14. That's where we are, a big play half. Let's see what the second half brings. And a big return right off the bat. Strouters gets to the sideline. It's a foot race into Uniontown territory and inside the 40-yard line. An exciting start to the second half, echoing what we saw in the first 24 minutes.
Guess who?
Yeah.
The kid does everything. You put him back to return. He's in the backfield. He's catching balls out of the backfield. And a huge return to start the second half puts Connellsville in great field position.
And we'll get an officials timeout now as they set the chains and spot the ball. Let's see, where they're going to place it. Looks like around the 38-yard line. Beautiful return.
53-yard return, Chuck.
Well, they just angled to the sideline and turned on the Jets. Oh, we do have a player down. That explains it. That's what's going on. Strotters. Maybe some cramps there for him as well. They seem to be working on that, and he's now back up. He'll come off the field, though, for at least a play. Ball is going to be spotted at the 38-yard line, and that's where Connellsville will start. Yeah, great field position for the Falcons. Opening night, and again, it's the old coal bucket that is at stake, and Uniontown has not possessed the coal bucket for a while. These teams didn't play for a long, long time. That coal bucket was kind of in mothballs for a long, long time. And if you take a look at the plaque that's on the bucket now, they still haven't engraved it from the last couple of years.
Right.
They resumed the series a couple years ago. And this is now the third straight year that we've opened our schedule with Connellsville Uniontown. Uniontown would like to pick up a win here. On first down, big hole into the game with his first carry is Alex Porter. And boy, they didn't miss a beat, did they?
No, sir.
They replaced 27 with 17, and he picks up a first down with, looks to be about a 12-yard gain to the 26.
Yeah, they've got 17 Porter, 27 Strouters, and 37 Adams.
Right.
So, a lot of sevens there.
And all have been successful. Adams has 22 yards on 5 carries himself.
Throw in a 7 and give him the ball.
First and 10. Play action. Rolling to his right this time, and he had Lonegro. Did he hang on to it? He did. Nice catch, Guthrie, laying the leather, but Lonegro was able to hang on for a decent pickup on first down. Andrew Brooks, by the way, was in the game at tailback for that play, and now Porter checks back in. So head coach DeSimon perhaps running the plays in through his halfback. Looked like the ball started to squirt loose there, didn't it?
And they finally rolled Pastors to the right that time.
Yeah.
They've been rolling to the left all night. He rolls to the right and completes the pass.
8-yard pickup. 2nd down and 2. Here comes Porter. Tries to go wide left. Won't happen. He is going to be stopped for no gain, maybe half a yard. Gang tackled there by a Passel of Raiders. We'll move him forward 1 yard and call it 3rd and a long one.
Chuck, just before the end of the half, Connellsville had a chance with less than 2 minutes. They were down here. They were moving the football, and then Strouders fumbled. That's basically how the half ended. And they get a second crack at it here at the beginning of the third quarter.
Long kick return by Strouders to set up shop for the Falcons. Now 3rd and 1. Amatic splits wide to the near side. And I don't know if Brooks made it. Andrew Brooks' first carry of the night. I don't know. Well, I do know. He didn't make it. He was stopped for no gain. It's 4th and 1.
Yeah, nice job by Uniontown stuffing the center of the line. They grabbed hold, and that creates a 4th and short. And you would think they would go for it from here. It'd be a pretty long field goal.
I'll tell you what, head coach DeSimon is not bashful about using his timeouts early in a half. He's done that in both halves. He wants to think this one over. It's 4th down and 1. And so he calls a timeout. So with 9:21 remaining here in the third period, we'll take a break. We're tied at 14. You're watching Herald Standard Television Sports.
Your 1,408 yards in the air has
to
already committed to Louisville. So we'll talk about a team that can throw the football. You might as well commit to Louisville. That's the guy. So the Vikings, again, will be very good. Norman is considered a contender. Also Penn Trafford, always very good. Hempfield in there. Latrobe and Connellsville rounding out that group.
Connellsville has the range. His extra points
the team that's on the
drive
bottom of the conference. But they've looked very good tonight. Looks like they have improved on last year's season. It didn't turn out so well for
among
them,
the Falcons heading out to the field right now, so they are going to go for it.
That's absolutely true. That's right.
3rd and 15 now. See what the Falcons can do here. As Pastors rolls to his left towards the end zone. Lonegro diving. Oh, my goodness, what a grab in the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. The 11-yard line. I didn't think he had a chance to get to it.
I don't even know where he came from, Chuck. I didn't see him.
And they'll have a 1st and 10 now deep in
scrum there. It was
some
Raiders in the area. Lonegro just cuts to the corner near the pylon and pulls that well-designed play for Connellsville. That is a huge pass on 3rd and 15 guys around for the touchdown. That is a huge play in this football game. And just give it to the big guy.
Pastors was just throwing it up for grabs there.
3 or 4 more yards. And Connellsville's in business. First down
to the turf
from the 12-yard line.
What a you were like a line judge at home there. You got by Lonegro. A nice sideline view of that play. A 17-yard touchdown catch. Connellsville for the 3rd time. The eye. Strouders hasn't come back in since that kick return, by the way. 7-point lead up on the play. As the extra point, a little shaking and baking on that play as Brooks, the left upright, smacked down immediately by David Anderson after no game. Period. Connellsville leads at 21-14, and we'll be back on Herald Standard Television Sports.
Anderson's had a nice game on DN. He had some pressure on Pastors earlier, which caused an incompletion there early in the second quarter. Makes a big play here to bust through the line. He's a big kid. Bust through the line and knock down that running play for basically no gain, right?
2nd and 10 from the 12-yard line. Approaching the 8-minute mark remaining here in quarter number 3. A tie ball game. There's some movement. This play will not count. Uniontown almost wished that it would because David Anderson again blew up that play as he tackled Porter in the backfield, but it's not going to count because there was movement, a dead ball foul, so illegal procedure called against the Falcons. Kind of a break, really, for Connellsville. 2nd and 15, a little better, I think, than 3rd and 10.
3rd and 10.
Is that 2nd and 15, Chuck? Was there a penalty on that play?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Ball at the 17 now. 2nd and 15. Back to pass. Strauters was open, but the pass was just a little too far out in front of him, and he couldn't quite get to it. Holt on the coverage, and it will be 3rd down now for the Falcons.
He's holding that leg again too, Chuck. A lot of cramping going on tonight, isn't it, for the first game? You know.
August football.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's a huge loss for Connellsville if he cannot straighten out that problem and be a factor here in the second half. That would be a tough break for the Falcons. And that's one of those situations where sometimes when you start cramping, it just keeps happening as the night goes on.
Go.
Actually, you can see right now you can see there a moment ago in your screen that there was a Uniontown player who was getting treated as well. It was Guthrie getting treated by the training staff as well. In fact, a couple of the Uniontown players right now just stretching out while there's an injury time out on the field. They're taking advantage of that, and they're getting it stretched out as well. You see that there. The heat, the humidity, and boy, it has been a hot couple of weeks. Today, actually, much more comfortable than it has been. The last couple of weeks have been quite sticky, and you have to hydrate. You have to keep the fluids in there because otherwise, well, this is what you see. What's on your screen right there. We have a moment which gives me a chance to remind you not to forget to tune in every Sunday as we dust off great movies and TV shows of yesteryear with HSTV Sunday Classics. Take a trip down memory lane with stars such as Cary Grant, William Holden, and John Wayne. Join host Marty Schiff each and every Sunday at 3 and 8 p.m. for great HSTV Sunday Classics right here on Channel 19. Hey, this Sunday, it's Ronald Reagan and Olivia de Havilland in the classic Western Santa Fe Trail. Yeehaw!
Yeah, Chuck, just a quick look while we have a second at the Foothills Conference in Class Quad A, which is where Connellsville is.
Right.
Of course, the big dogs every year, Central Catholic, the Vikings, and they're in top 25 in some national polls every year, and this year is no different. Their quarterback, Sunsuri, last year, 1,408 yards in the air, has already committed to Louisville. So we'll talk about a team that can throw the football. You might as well commit to Louisville. That's the guy. So the Vikings, again, will be very good. Norman is considered a contender. Also Penn Trafford, always very good. Hempfield in there, Latrobe, and then Connellsville rounding out that group. Connellsville's looking to be the team that's on the bottom in that conference. But they've looked very good tonight. Looks like they have improved on last year's season that didn't turn out so well for them. So
Central Catholic Vikings might be better than the Minnesota Vikings
that's
this year.
Absolutely true. That's right.
3rd and 15 now. See what the Falcons can do here as Pastors rolls to his left towards the end zone. Lonegro diving. Oh my goodness, what a grab in the end zone for a Falcon touchdown. I didn't think he had a chance to get to it.
I don't even know where he came from, Chuck. I didn't see him. There was a little scrum there. There was some Raiders in the area. Lonegro just cuts to the corner near the pylon and pulls that thing down. That is a huge pass on 3rd and 15 for the touchdown. That is a huge play in this football game. Nice
I thought
play.
Pastors were just throwing it up for grabs there, and I just figured it would fall harmlessly to the turf. What a brilliant catch that was by Lonegro for a 17-yard touchdown catch. Connellsville, for the 3rd time, has taken a 7-point lead as the extra point by Janes curls inside the left upright. 7:27 remaining here in the 3rd period. Connellsville leads at 21-14, and we'll be back on Herald Standard Television Sports. Chuck Durso along with Don Havens. Connellsville has just taken the lead, 21-14. Once again taking the lead, I should say, over Uniontown. And on a night of big plays, we just saw another one. Beautiful 17-yard connection from Pastors to Lonegro.
Yeah, and it was set up by Strauters, who opened up the second half with the 53-yard return that put Connellsville in business at Uniontown's 35-yard line. 8 plays later, they're in the end zone. A 17-yard pass on a 3rd and 15. Lonegro with a beautiful diving catch on the pylon to give Connellsville the touchdown lead.
That's the big thing. 3rd and long, Uniontown with a chance for a stop there, perhaps force a field goal attempt, or maybe even a 4th down stop and get the ball back. But instead, just a beautiful diving catch by Lonegro, who's made a couple of those tonight. 3 catches, 59 yards, and a touchdown. Now, here comes the kickoff, and that will land. Well, that's going to stay in bounds, and Connellsville has the ball. Oh, my goodness, a brain cramp there by McLee. You can't let the ball lay there. Kickoffs are live. They're not like punts. And a heads-up play by Sean Keffer to fall on it.
I think McLee, similar to what I thought the ball was going to bounce out of bounds, but you can't think. You got to get up there and get the ball on a kickoff.
Well, the only thing I'll say is it's easy for us to think
right,
it was going to go out of
absolutely.
bounds. From our angle, it did look like it. He's right there.
He's right in front of it.
You got to see that.
You got to pull it down.
He could have caught that on the fly, catch it on the fly, and return it.
Wow, what a big play for Connellsville there.
That's huge.
Yeah, that is huge. They could go up by 2 scores.
Head coach Fortuna not a happy camper right now, and that's an understatement. Boy, he's not pleased. Andrew Adams at the top of the power I. He gets the ball. Dives forward for 3, maybe 4, up to the 15-yard line. This possession starting at the 19. And a chance now for Connellsville to get some separation. They have led 7-0, 14-7, and 21-14. They've not been able to lead by more than a touchdown. Here's their chance.
And Uniontown's defense has been out on the field for a long time, Chuck. It was a long drive before the end of the first half, and Uniontown had a short drive. Then they opened up this second half with, and they've taken 8 minutes off the clock here. So
no, they haven't run an offensive play yet.
They haven't run a play yet, right.
And this time it's Brooks.
I apologize, 6 minutes off the clock, but nevertheless, you see what I'm saying. They've had the football a long time as Connellsville, and that defense is starting to wear down. Uniontown had a chance on the last possession on 4th and 2 to try to get the ball back. It wasn't able to do it. And now Connellsville's knocking on the door, trying to put this one up by 2 scores.
Again, nothing real impressive looking about either of those runs, but you look up, they picked up 4 yards on first down, 4 yards again there by Brooks on second down. Now it's 3rd and 2. Connellsville starting, as you just said, to wear down that Raider defense a little bit. Ball at the 11-yard line now for this 3rd and 2 play as the Falcons come out in a tight set. Brooks is at the top of the I as Adams goes in motion. Now Brooks, nothing at first, little sidestep and close to the first down, looks to have it. Needed the 9, I think he has the 8. And that will be a first down for Connellsville. First and goal for the Falcons from the 8-yard line. Uniontown needs a defensive stop here.
Connellsville very methodical, Chuck. Run for 4. Give me 4 more. First down, move the chains. Very draining for a defense.
Every play has been run so far in this half by the Connellsville offense, and all of them in Uniontown territory because we had the long kickoff return to start the half. Porter now at the top of the power I. He'll get the carry. Check that. That was Adams, I believe. And he is right near the goal line. You mentioned all those 7s. And that wasn't 17. That was 37. And Adams right on the doorstep. It will be 2nd and goal from the 1. We are at 4:50 on a turning clock. And Connellsville threatening to get a little separation in this one.
It's going to take a huge effort by Uniontown to hold Connellsville out here. Connellsville has found a way to run the football in this Raider defense.
And now we get flags fly. And that could help the cause for the Raiders. We get an illegal substitution against Uniontown, so it won't help the cause.
Well, can't get much closer than they are.
No, it's a half-yard penalty.
There you go.
Now do you even hand it off?
You might be able to just sneak it into the line for 6.
Falcons come up to the line. Paster's the quarterback. He does take the snap. Dive forward. No signal yet. Don't think he got in.
He didn't get there.
Official spotting the football. Short of the goal line. It will be 3rd and so Uniontown gets the good defensive effort on that play. They need to do that 2 more times, though.
They're going to need 2 more. That's right.
There won't be any field goal attempts.
I don't think so.
On a 4th down if we get there.
Not from the 1-inch line.
Sneak it again.
Maybe. Yep.
Well, he was stopped that time at first, but the second effort, and we've seen that a few times tonight from the Falcons. Into the end zone, another Connellsville touchdown, and this has been a Falcon 3rd quarter. Nice effort by the Uniontown defensive front there as they stood them up for a second. But that's a tired Red Raider defense right now. They've been on the field for basically all 8 minutes and 11 seconds of this quarter.
Yeah, it took them 7 plays to go 19 yards, but they do punch it in.
Jane's extra point attempt is up and through, and with 3:49 remaining here in the 3rd period, Connellsville has doubled it up now on Uniontown. It's 28-14. We'll be back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back. High school football on Herald Standard Television Sports. Chuck Dorso, Don Havens bringing you all of the action. Connellsville leads it now 28-14 on what has been a very entertaining football game and a tight football game throughout. But that huge miscue on the kickoff a few moments ago, Don, and suddenly Connellsville up by 2 touches.
Yeah, McClee there, Dalen McClee with a little bit of a brain cramp. A good effort by Connellsville. Covers the ball at the 19. They poke it in. It was all Connellsville so far here in the 3rd quarter. Still 3:49 to go. There is time in this football game. The Uniontown hasn't showed much on offense in the air. 6 yards total, and they're going to need to get some going in their air game here real soon.
McClee, by the way, was not back to return that kick as Coach Fortuna pulled him from the kick return team.
That one did go out of bounds.
And that one did go out of bounds. They had Grady and Crenshaw back there, so Uniontown will get great field position now as they'll get the start at the 35-yard line. Let's see if McClee is still out there on offense, and he is.
Yeah, I think you have to.
You
have to get him out there.
But I like the move by Coach
Right.
Fortuna to say, hey, you've been our best player tonight, but I don't care. That was a huge mistake. Here's your punishment. Get off the field for the next kickoff return.
And he cost him 7. He cost him 7, and it's a 2-touchdown deficit.
Well, you got to send the message.
That's right.
You don't perform. We'll put somebody else out there and let them try, but still keep them out there on offense.
Right.
I like that. Okay, 1st and 10.
Doogie Sander has got to get on track here in the second half. He's got to start hitting some passes and moving this football team down the field.
1 of 7 in the first half for only 6 yards. Grady making that catch. Here's McClee. He's been the weapon, and he has a first down across the 45-yard line, a 12-yard pickup. Uniontown has moved the ball, no doubt about that.
And McClee's been their weapon. He's well over 100 yards now, right, Chuck?
Oh, yeah, 136 right now.
136, yeah. So he's been their weapon. A lot of stuff right up the middle. He had the big 54-yard touchdown run, the 31-yard touchdown run early in the game. That same play, handoff, finds some room, cuts to the outside, and gets a nice 12-yard run. He's been a great weapon for him so far.
Uniontown 197 total yards in the first half. Now over 200, but that was their first play of the second half. I don't care how well you're moving the football. If you don't have the football, you can't score.
Got to get your hands on it.
This time Sander will keep the ball, and he has room. He gets a first down to the 40-yard line into Connellsville territory. 13-yard pickup for Sander, and he has 54 yards on 6 carries, a 9-yard average.
Nice job by Uniontown. They're coming back after the mistake by McClee and a touchdown by Connellsville. They got 2 runs, 25 yards, and they're in business inside Falcon territory.
Nice response, as you said, right now by Uniontown. They've picked up 10 first downs in this game unofficially.
Oh, they've moved the ball, yeah. They had the 1 interception early. But otherwise, they've moved the ball pretty well.
Connellsville, by the way, with 13 first downs, so they have the edge in that stat. They also have the edge in the only stat that really matters, up 28-14 right now. Option. McClee gets away. That could have been a big loss. Instead, McLean turns it into about a 3-yard gain. Well, no, check that. A 1-yard gain to the 39, but still much better than it could have been as Michael Amatic had his paws on him.
Yeah, watch here, though, as McLean gets the football. Connellsville just rushes up the field. Nice job by their DN for penetration. But McLean's able to give him a little bit of stiff arm. Right there. Get off. So he's able to make something out of nothing. That was looking like a 7 or 8 yard loss. He was able to get a yard out of it.
Second down and 9. As you can hear in the background, Uniontown cheerleaders trying to get things going. McLean getting things going up the middle. My goodness. He is quicker than Mercury, sliding through the middle for another first down for Uniontown, or at least looks to be. Needed to get the 30, and that's where they spotted it will be 1st and 10 for the Raiders.
Chuck, that's been the most successful play for Uniontown all night. That little quick hit right up the middle.
Who's it look like?
For McLean.
Who's it look like?
West Virginia.
Yeah.
Right.
Steve Slayton.
Right.
Yeah.
It's just like it. That's exactly what they do. Same thing from the spread offense. Quick hit. And the offensive line in the middle, the big guys, the big three, have been blocking well. That's the only play that's really worked well for Uniontown tonight. Try it again. And it works again.
Up the middle. McLean for the 3rd time to the house.
Might as well keep going with it. It's working.
His 3rd touchdown run, all for 30 yards or more. And the Raiders right back in it with 1:59 left in the 3rd quarter.
There it is again, just a quick hit. Nobody touched him, just like the 54-yarder in the first half.
I tell you what, you got to think of him as a Davis and Davis player of the game.
You got to consider it,
which is ironic considering if they end up losing this game by 7 points, he'll have made the big negative.
He'd be the guy,
play. Yeah, I know.
Yeah, that's for sure.
Strange.
A lot of time to go though.
Strange situation. Extra point attempt now, and once again flags fly. And Uniontown committed a couple of penalties on successive penalties on an extra point attempt, turned into a 30-yard extra point attempt in the first half that Mauser was successful on. But here we go again, their 3rd false start on an extra point. Uniontown has committed 6 penalties tonight, and 3 of them have been on the point after touchdown.
5 plays, 65 yards on that drive, Chuck. So quick hit. The only bad thing is the defense didn't get a chance to get some water.
Just thinking
get
that.
a breather. Yeah.
Just thinking that, and that's true.
Uh-oh.
Fumbled snap, and Tyler Holt has no chance to do anything there. Again, special teams miscues, and Holt shaken up a little bit, but he's now up on his feet. 1:59 remaining here in the 3rd quarter. Uniontown back in it, down by 8, 28-20 Connellsville. Back after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Don Havens, I have waited all summer for high school football. This is what you like, the atmosphere, as you see the Red Raider cheerleaders trying to cheer on their troops. And boy, there's nothing better. I love summer. Now, you know I love my summer, church softball and all that. But there's nothing better than a Friday night in the fall and checking out some high school football action.
Yeah, it's nice to be back. I enjoy this. I look forward to it. The only bad thing, for guys like you who are teachers and you see the kids playing, what a blast.
That's something.
It's
Look
nice
at that.
Yeah. But the thing with the teachers always was it was nice because football season was coming around. It's Steelers season again. It's football in general, but you have to go back to work. So I guess there's pros and cons to both of them.
Like I said in the first half, nobody's feeling sorry for me, so I'm not going to complain.
That's for sure.
Here comes the kickoff. Boy, tough one there, and it's picked up on the short hop by Kretschmann. He tries to come up the middle, spins away from a tackler, still on his feet and across the 35-yard line. Finally, Holt drags him down. Tyler Holt looked like he was shaken up on that extra point attempt a few moments ago, but he apparently is all right. But again, Connellsville with good field position as they've had throughout the second half. In fact, this will be their first offensive play in their own territory here in the second half, as they'll start at their own 38. 1:51 remaining, Falcons by 8.
You know, Chuck, way back, about 7:30 or so, Struthers ran the football into the end zone from 1 yard out. Every other touchdown since then has been 30-plus yards. So, game of big plays.
That's the way we like it.
Plus, we had a big kickoff return for about 50 yards or so. So, it's been exciting game. Still an 8-point lead.
Highlight reel evening. And we're glad you're with us here on HSTV to enjoy it. Now here comes Brooks on first down off left tackle, and he will just pound forward for about 7 yards to the 45-yard line. We talked a few moments ago about Uniontown's offense and reminding you of WVU. That play, that looked like young Rice from Rutgers just taking the ball and just moving straight
give
forward.
Give it to me and let me pound my head forward, yeah.
Second down and 3.
Boy, that guy's tough, isn't he?
What a great story, too, huh? Rutgers just kind of last year coming out of nowhere, and now for the first time ever, they're ranked in the top 20 preseason.
And who did they play last night? They blew out someone last night.
Yeah, another Sisters of the Poor team. I'm not sure, but they had a big win. I think it was Buffalo.
Buffalo,
yeah,
38-3 or something like that.
Yeah, no, Penn State knows what they have to look forward to in a few weeks. Buffalo.
Oh.
And the ball came loose. Raiders have it. Oh, my goodness. Big turnover there. C.J. Reddington falls on the football. Absolutely hit and smacked behind the line as Uniontown's defense blew up that play right from the start.
Well, they stood him up, and somebody reached in there and ripped it out.
It was Adams.
And,
can't see who caused the fumble.
I think it looked like Michael Ellis for Uniontown, number 11.
Is that it?
Yeah, I believe so. It looked like he reached in there and ripped it out. It was Ellis, Michael Ellis. And a big break for Uniontown. They get a chance to punch it in the end zone. Of course, this time they need to go for 2 to try to tie it. But worry about that later. You got to punch it in from 38 yards out.
52 seconds remaining in the third quarter, and a great opportunity now for Uniontown's second turnover of the night by the Falcons. 2 up top and 1 down below with McLee in the backfield. This time Sanders going to pass. He's looking for McLee wide open at the 20. 10. Out of bounds inside the 5-yard line. They set it up on the play action, and nobody picked up McLee out of the backfield.
Best pass of the night for Sanders. They were looking for that little quick hit up the middle again. Right here, watch him fake. He's going to fake that same play they've been running. Connellsville bid on it just a little bit. Play fake, and they left him wide open down the seam. Nice throw by Sanders, right on the money. Uniontown in business. 35-yard pass.
You've got to love this. First and goal, 3-yard line, 43 seconds remaining here in the third quarter. McLee was wide open. If Sander could have hit him in stride, he probably would have been able to get a touchdown. But hey, main thing is get it to where he can catch it. Get the big play. Now they got 4 cracks to punch it in. McLee off right tackle. Driving forward near the goal line. He's still moving forward. They'll give him forward progress to right up against the end zone. Uniontown signaling touchdown, and so do the officials. A late call, but there it is. The 4th touchdown run of the night for Dalen McLee.
Yeah, and he's slacking. That one's only from 4 yards out. Where's the 30-yarder? Nevertheless, still counts as 6. Just bounces into the line. Watch the big guys take control. Boy, McLee gets swallowed in there, Chuck. You can't even find him. He's in that pile somewhere.
I'll tell you, there's nothing new about a McLee putting up big rushing numbers for
right.
Uniontown. You talk about West Virginia and, of course, Kevin McLee.
There might be a couple of them.
Kevin McLee, who just ended his great college career at WVU and now going to make a go of it with the St. Louis Rams. And, boy, what a great running back he was here. And Uniontown now is calling a timeout for this 2-point conversion. They're going to go ahead and use their first timeout with 26 seconds remaining here in the third period. But, of course, Kevin was a great defensive player at WVU. Sure. But here at Uniontown, he's a great defensive player here, too. But, boy, what a great running back he was. We carried many games on HSTV where Kevin McLee was our Davis & Davis player of the game. Bill McLee right after that took over. And now we're seeing Dalen. That's a great family tradition, brothers and cousins and uncles and all that stuff. But it seems like if you got Uniontown football, you got a McLee doing something big.
Similar to the Winfreys in basketball, in Uniontown basketball. Every year there was a Winfrey who kind of took charge. But what a great run. Have you heard anything from Kevin McLee in St. Louis, how he's doing? I haven't really followed him too much. I don't know if you'd But
have not.
I know that he was on the team and he was in training camp, but I hadn't heard anything since.
He's back in town over the summer before heading out there.
Right,
and,
right.
Certainly wishing him
well.
Yeah, absolutely. Fine young man. Now, you got to figure some way to get the ball in Dalen's hands here, you would think, on the 2-point play, wouldn't you? Let's see what they do. This is to tie it. Sander looking into the flat, incomplete. Intended receiver, I believe, I'm not sure exactly who the intended receiver was out there. It may have been Crenshaw, and it may not have been. There were a couple guys out that way. There was Crenshaw. I don't know if he was, I'm not sure. I don't know if he was throwing it to Crenshaw or Holt, but it kind of went between the two of them. So now that botched snap on the earlier extra point, really looming large right now as Uniontown trails by 2 with 26 seconds remaining. You're watching high school football being brought to you, among others, by our fine friends at Davis & Davis, BCM Enterprises, Laurel Business Institute, and Apothecare Pharmacy, among others, bringing you high school football here on Herald Standard Television. And, of course, speaking of Davis & Davis, don't forget we will announce our Davis & Davis Player of the Game at the conclusion of this contest, and that is certainly up for grabs. My goodness, Don Havens, the way things can change so quickly. We went from a tie game to Connellsville up by 14, and just as quickly, Uniontown right back in it. Yeah,
a couple turnovers. Of course, Uniontown had a misplay on the kickoff, but they've been able to battle back. Special teams hurting them, though, still down by 2.
Here's Stephen O'Donnell now on this kick return, and O'Donnell gets up to the 29-yard line and is smacked down there. That's where the Falcons will take over with 20 seconds remaining.
And it only took 2 plays after the fumble recovery by Reddington to punch it into the end zone from 39 yards out. The 35-yard pass to McLee, and then he ran it in for 4. So Uniontown able to strike quick, unable to get the 2-point conversion. So hence the 2-point Connellsville lead.
And that's, the key, running the football. And when you can run the football successfully, that set up the play-action pass.
Absolutely, yeah.
Which, on 1st and 10, after the turnover, you're kind of expecting the handoff, and they come with the play action and the big play, and now suddenly we have a 2-point game. So here we go. Connellsville will open up this possession at their own 29-yard line. Porter to the top of the power eye, but now Brooks goes in motion. And there's the give to Porter, and he gets good yardage on what will probably be the final play of the third period, as the clock is under 10 seconds and still running. So that will do it after 3 quarters of play. My goodness, it's been a good one, folks. Don't you dare touch that dial. 1 more mile to go. It's Connellsville 28, Uniontown 26. This is Herald Standard Television Sports. Welcome back to high school football on Herald Standard Television. Connellsville leads Uniontown 28-26. I'm Chuck Durso, Don Havens alongside, as we're more than happy to bring you this action. And Don, if this is indicative of what we have for the rest of the year, what a great season it's going to be.
Yeah, we'll take it. Good football game so far. A lot of action, a lot of big plays. We had some yawners last year, but you said sometimes that's the luck of the draw.
Can't control the schedule.
Can't control that, but we always have good games. It's always done real well. We always have a great time. But we've got a good one tonight, Chuck. Only a 2-point lead for Connellsville as we get into the last frame. And the key for Uniontown, they're going to have to stop that Connellsville offense. They were able to get the turnover last possession in order to run down and get this game within 2. They're going to have to do it one more time.
Strouder is the big weapon in the first half, but getting injured on the opening kickoff of the second half, and we've only seen him for 1 play since then. He's a factor which you think would hurt Connellsville, but they've still been able to move the football. It's now 2nd and 3 as we start the 4th quarter. And the give is to Porter, and he looks to have enough for the first down. Very close, up to the 39-yard line. Officials stop the clock. They want to take a look at it, but I think he has it. Porter now has 28 yards on 5 carries. Strouder's had 88 yards on 14 carries in the first half. Has not carried the ball in this half, however, because of the injury. Now
he is down there on the sidelines. He's moving his legs, trying to work that cramp out. We believe it was a cramp. He worked it out the first time, brought him back on the field, and he had a diving attempt. And
on a pass.
come back on him again. So He's still trying to work it out down there, so we might see him again before the night's over.
And their offense, I mean, they scored 2 touchdowns, but that's because they had the short field both times.
Right.
Their offense hasn't been quite as efficient, it doesn't appear to me at least, with Strauters out there. Porter doing a decent job though, and he's at the top of the eye as you see Brooks go in motion. Now Porter. And that time Anderson says, "This is my word, and you're just a squirrel trying to get a nut." Drops him for a loss.
Anderson's been tough on that D end, hasn't he? He's blown up several plays in the backfield. That one no different. Watch it be coming from the bottom of your screen here. Just cuts to the inside. Bang.
Boom.
Yeah, that's it.
Yep. 1 yard loss.
Nice play. I need my telestrator. I'm telling you, we got to do that next year.
You'll be drawing stick figure cartoons. I know you.
I can bring my daughter in. She draws better than I do.
Yeah, likewise with my son. Back to pass now, 2nd and long. Rolling right. Throws one deep down the sideline. Intended receiver was Crutchman. He stumbled and fell. Pass looked to be out of bounds anyway, and it will now be 3rd and long. Connellsville has converted a couple of 3rd and longs tonight, however, and that has been a key. They've extended a couple of touchdown drives with 3rd and long conversions. In fact, one of their touchdowns was on a 3rd and long, the 17-yard pass to Lonegro.
Yeah, and it was on a 3rd and 15. Yes, a 3rd and 15, and it was a 17-yard touchdown pass. They've been able to convert them. They're able to hit some stuff in the air to see if Uniontown can hold them. Got a 3rd and about 12 yards here.
Lonegro has been the leading receiver tonight for Connellsville. He's number 1, and he is split far to the right, way at the top of your screen. Looking that way as Pastor's under pressure and has to get rid of it. They won't call grounding. Raider Nation wants grounding, but there was a receiver, Benzio, kind of in the area, and so the official will let him get away with that, but that play never had a chance as just great pressure was put on by William Close, and he was very close right there to Pastors.
Yeah, Close blew that play up. That play had no chance. Came from the outside, nobody touched him. And Uniontown holds again. All of a sudden, it's starting to turn just a little bit, Chuck. And they got a chance to get it back. Yeah, that momentum switched.
Wearing white right now. Uniontown hasn't led at all in this game.
No, they haven't. And after that big play on the kickoff, they were able to punch it in. But since then, it's been all Uniontown. They got the 2 touchdowns and 1 problems on the PATs. But now they're going to get the football back with a chance to go ahead for the first time, as you mentioned.
Uniontown is going to call a timeout here. I'm not sure if they maybe saw something that had them worried about a fake, or they just weren't ready. Did they have enough guys on the field even? I'm counting. Well, too late now to count, but I'm not sure what the problem was. But Uniontown decides to use a timeout, and that only leaves them with 1 timeout remaining here in the 4th quarter. So that could be very important. Connellsville up 28-26. While we have a timeout on the field, we'll take a timeout as well and be back right after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Great action under the lights as we're now back to action following the Uniontown timeout. Connellsville about to punt the ball away on 4th down. High, short punt. It will take a little bit of a Connellsville roll, but not much of one, and Uniontown will take over at the 41-yard line. 1st and 10. Hey, for those of you who like to celebrate Halloween all year long, don't forget to join Gravely, Griselda, and Skelly Macabre, Madame Spookaslav, Deliria, Professor Scry, and their cast of characters at midnight for Castle Blood's Midnight Monster Hop. Castle Blood's Midnight Monster Hop, Saturdays at midnight, as if Don Havens isn't scary enough on your television screen on Saturdays. On Horror Spooky Terror Vision. I know, that's the pot calling the kettle black, I know. Or as you mortals know at HSTV. I'm one to talk.
Between the two of us.
I know. And we don't wear makeup.
That's right.
We don't have an excuse.
We need a telestrator and a makeup
and
crew.
We definitely need makeup.
Right.
1st and 10 now for the Raiders. All the momentum on their side right now as they've scored 12 straight points to get back in this game. Fake to McLeese. Sanders will keep it. Drives forward for a couple. And that's about it. Benzio on that tackle for the Falcons. Maybe a 2-yard pickup. Second down and 8 now for the Raiders.
Amazing enough, thinking about that, Halloween will be here quicker than you think. You know that? Isn't that amazing?
I got to start thinking of my costume for this year. You know, I was Shaggy last year from the Scooby-Doo gang. My wife hated that costume because I didn't shave for a week.
Oh, well.
I didn't get no loving for a whole week.
We got to get some pictures up on the screen of that. That'd be great.
I have a picture. You're not getting it. Oh, McLeese stumbles. That's been the play that's been their bread and butter all night long, but that time he could never get the motor going as he stumbles and falls at the original line of scrimmage, so it will now be 3rd and 10.
Were you the guy that carried the Scooby-Doo all around all day?
Absolutely.
Oh, well.
Absolutely.
Or did you have somebody dressed up as Scooby?
No, we didn't have it. I had a stuffed animal Scooby, and I just carried it around all day. Had a good old time. Yeah, we have fun up on the hill.
Well, now this is Connellsville's chance, Chuck. This is at the big 3rd down for Uniontown. They've been able to stop them on the first 2 plays. This is their opportunity to get the ball back for their offense. 3rd and 10, big play.
Looking right and then left, and the slant pattern, and it's going to be just short of the first down. A well-designed play. Emilio Scalise with that catch. That's his first action tonight, number 13. They needed 10, and they got 8. So now decision time for Coach Fortuna. What do you do here? 4th and 2. A lot of time left. If you punt, you get some field position. Leave it up to your defense. Oh,
and you got some TOs left, too. You know what I mean? You got some timeouts.
Now, you only got 1, though.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, they only have the 1.
Well,
I would punt. I don't want to be accused of second guessing, so I'll say it ahead of time. I would punt here.
I think I'm with you.
But,
I'd punt too.
But I'm not saying this is the wrong decision. I think either
we'll
decision.
find out.
Yeah, either decision is defensible here. I mean, it's a tough call. They'll give it to McLee.
He's not going to get it.
Nope, no gain, not even close.
Well, you know, Chuck, that's the play that's worked all night. So you might as well go back to your bread and butter if you're going to do it. That play has worked all night. That's the first time Connellsville stopped it, and they picked the right time to do it.
Oh, yeah, and again, you know, Uniontown's defense has struggled at times, and with just the 1 timeout, I mean, but they did stop Connellsville on the last possession. In fact, on the last 2 possessions, they got a turnover and a 3 and out. I would have liked to play field position there and go ahead and punt. I can understand the temptation to go for it, and 4th and inches, yeah. Right. But that was 4th and a legitimate 2. Now Connellsville with great field position at the Uniontown 49.
I don't even think he got inches on that play. They stuffed that one up pretty well, up the middle. Nice job.
Now Strotter's back in the game. Bounces off a tackle. Boy, it's a huge difference, isn't it?
Sure is.
You can just see the change in that Connellsville offense when he's back out there. 8-yard pickup. This could be a huge sequence now. Uniontown's defense has to pick up the offense here. They need to come up with a stop. They got to stop this guy right here.
Yeah, they come in the end, try to rip that ball out. Strotter's able to hold on to it. Some players got a hold of that football. He's hanging on to it now. Big drive for Connellsville.
2nd down and 2. You got to look at the Connellsville coaching staff there for a moment.
You know, a touchdown here and an extra point for Connellsville could put this one out of reach, Chuck.
Right, 7 would make it a 2-score game, yeah.
Right.
Back to pass. Pastors. Now he's just going to keep it, and he will get the first down. Out of bounds with 6:34 left. Ball at the 38-yard line. And another Red Raider down on the field. Looking for the number of the Uniontown player down as you take a look at this quarterback keeper around right end.
Another cramp, looks like, huh?
Yeah.
Been a lot of. Well, that's good. No serious injuries tonight. It looks like it's all been some cramping up, just an early season, running around.
Can't see the numbers still. Not sure who that is, but we'll keep an eye out on that. High school football being brought to you on Herald Standard Television Sports by Modeller's Depot, Fox Glass, Mongel's Auto Care, Bookcase, Used Books, and the Ferguson Funeral Home. Mucho gracias to all of those fine sponsors and the rest of the HSTV sponsorship family. helping to bring you high school football in your living room here on Channel 19.
I know you're an English teacher. Do you speak any Spanish?
Sí, muy pequeño.
I've been trying to learn. I bought some Spanish CDs and I'm trying to learn. And I don't know why, but maybe someday we'll do our show in Spanish.
The only Spanish CDs I have are Gloria Estefan and J-Lo. Charles Broski was the injured player, and he is still in a bad way out there as he's being helped off the field with some assistance.
J-Lo? You have J-Lo? All right.
Wait, something wrong with that?
No, nothing.
All right. Jenny from the block.
Right. I know you dig it.
Check that 1st and 10 now as we resume action.
I'm a DJ. I don't have J-Lo.
Why are you hating on J-Lo? Porter with the carry off left tackle. He'll pick up 4. Close makes the tackle at the 34-yard line. Actually, I don't have either one.
Don't defend yourself now.
I was listening to B.B. King on the way in here.
Yeah.
Come on, I'm old school blues, man.
I'm old school funk guy. You know, I like the old R&B and funk.
George Clinton, little Parliament Funkadelic.
Little Parliament Funkadelic.
All right
right.
with that flashlight. All right.
I'd like to go to Baltimore and see Stevie Wonder in concert if my wife will let me go. I don't know if she'll let me go or not.
The Master Blaster?
Parliament Funk. I'm impressed.
Oh, I grew up on that stuff. Come on.
Absolutely.
Flags fly as Strouders goes off right tackle. Let's wait and see here. This one might be, I don't want to guess. This could be a hold against Connellsville, which would be a big break for Uniontown with Connellsville on the move.
I had you all wrong. I thought you were a sappy Michael Bolton type guy.
Oh, no. My goodness. Rick James, Super Freak, Gap Band.
Right. Oh, see, now you're talking.
Are you kidding me? That was my stuff.
Yeah, me too.
I'm in love with Mary Jane. She's my main thing. I mean, the girl, not what he meant when he sang the song.
Right.
Yeah. Oh, that's all. Yeah, blues. That and the blues. That's what I like. Howlin' Wolf, Muddy Waters, little B.B. King, John Lee Hooker. That's my stuff.
Very nice. I'm impressed, really.
Just a 5-yard penalty, so it wasn't a hold. Penalty against the Falcons. So now we have 2nd down and 10 yards. Ball back to the 38-yard line. And not much there at all for Porter as he is tripped up after a short gain. Malenke was in on that tackle along with Skinner. Ball at the 36-yard line.
And that cramp or hamstring or whatever is going on with Struther's leg, it must really be bothering him because he comes in for a play and they get him right back out of there. But like you said, Chuck, you can see the difference when he's running the football. It makes a complete difference in this team. And now Uniontown's got a big play on 3rd down.
And he's out there, and you have to look at him not just running the ball on this play because it's 3rd and long, but out of the backfield. And check that. He's
going to line up wide.
No, he's not out there. He's split to the left. So watch him as a receiver or maybe come around on a end around. Well, we're not going to have anything because I think we're going to get another delay of game penalty against the Falcons. And that will be their 5th penalty of the night. And the 2nd time they've been called for a delay of game. And again, you know what that is? That's opening night.
Early season, right.
That's what that is. Connellsville's going to call a timeout. 4:32 remaining. And head coach Simon does not like what he sees out there as things are all discombobulated. So we'll take a break. 4:32 left. We have a fantastic finish for you, so don't go away. Connellsville leads by 2 on Herald Standard Television Sports. Okay, big play here now as Connellsville faces a 3rd and long. Ball spotted back at the 41-yard line. They need to get up to the 28, so 13 yards away. Could be 4-down territory here. Out of the shotgun, which we haven't seen much of from Connellsville. Pastors back to pass, under pressure, lets one fly. Strouders tried to climb the ladder. The Connellsville coaching staff wants pass interference on that play, but they're not going to get the call. And now it will be 4th down and decision time for Connellsville. Would you go for it here, or would you try to punt? They're very close to punt, but again, I want to be second guessing. I'll first guess. I would punt here and try to push them back even further.
I think at this point you do. You're up by 2 points. You want to pin Uniontown deep with 4:25 to go. You give them great field position if you turn the ball over here, right here at your 41-yard line. And let's be honest, penalties killed that drive right there. 2 5-yard penalties set them back, and now they're going to have to punt the football away.
Nathan Alberts is going to kick it away. Brian Grady is back to return this punt, standing at the Uniontown 20. That's Albert's best kick so far tonight. He picked a good time to do it. As the ball hits at the 16, Grady will get away from it, but it goes inside the 10-yard line. Nice job there by Alberts. Uniontown with very difficult field position as they'll start at their own 9 with 4:14 remaining. High school football being brought to you tonight on Herald Standard Television Sports by Cardello Lighting, Kesmarski Funeral Home, Fair Chance Pharmacy, Appalachian Timber, Teleperformance Marketing, and by Grimm Insurance. And we are ready for some kind of finish. I don't know if there's not quite a full moon tonight, but we've had an exciting one and some strange plays.
And the Raiders got to be kicking themselves right now. The penalty on the extra point, then the missed snap.
And now we have laundry on the lawn before they even start. We're going to get an illegal substitution again. Second time tonight that's happened to Uniontown, once on defense, once on offense. So we'll move them half the distance. Their 7th penalty, only 30 yards. They've all been short. In fact, you remember one penalty was for half a yard.
Right.
Because it was a half a distance.
Right.
Connellsville's committed 5 penalties for 28 yards. Ball inside the 5 now. Again, the good news for Uniontown, they got a guy who can take it 95 yards.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Connellsville's going to have to clog that middle. They found a way to poke it up. Of course, they did last time on the 4th and short. They were able to clog it up and take the ball over on down. So now they've got Uniontown pinned deep. See what they can do defensively.
Don't forget, we'll announce our Davis & Davis player of the game at the conclusion of this game, and still several candidates for that. Movement. Connellsville is going to give the 5 yards back. Again, high school rules, when the defensive line crosses the line of scrimmage, even if they don't make contact, immediately the play is whistled dead, and it is offside. So 6th penalty of the night on the Falcons. And the result of those 2 penalties will be about a net half-yard gain for Uniontown, because it was half the distance going back, but it's 5 full yards coming out. So let's try it again here. Pretty much back where we started. McLean has a hole up the middle. Finds a crease and picks up about 9 yards to the 18. Now again, the only thing you got to keep in mind now, if they're going to run the ball, and you figure they would, that's been their success, got to keep an eye on the clock. Clock will stop on a first down, but they only have 1 timeout remaining.
Yeah, we talked about that 4th down last time, Chuck, when Coach Fortuna decided to go for it. That's the play they tried right there. They got 9 out of it on that play. Connellsville just made a better play on the 4th down.
Think where they'd be right now, though, if they'd have punted and held them.
Yeah, right.
Instead of at the 9, they could be around midfield.
Sure.
Well, that's woulda, coulda, shoulda.
Right.
On 2nd down, Sander looking deep. Grady has a step. Did he grab that ball? Oh, they're saying it touched the ground. What an effort by Grady as he laid full out and did all he could do to try to catch up to that one.
Yeah, we should get a good look at it here, Chuck. I believe it did hit the ground.
Cameron Schaefer in the band.
Yeah, there's Cameron.
He was thumbs down on that one.
Oh,
I think it's the right call.
I think it is too.
Yep.
That was a heck of an effort, though.
That's a young man we both know very well.
Yeah, I know
in the
Cam
band they just
well.
showed Cam Schaefer, and he was giving the old thumbs down up there. But sorry, Cam. We think it was the right call. It looked like it touched the ground there.
I'm gonna get one more look at it here. Maybe in super slow.
It's going to set up a 3rd down and 1 now. Big play. Does this ball move? Yeah,
it
really
did. Yeah, that's a heck of an effort.
It was, though. It was a great effort.
3rd down and short.
3rd and short, out of the spread. You would expect the run here, but Connellsville will be expecting that too. And they were expecting it.
Yeah, and they lost 2 yards. Wow, what a play by Connellsville on defense. Good penetration, stuffed that play.
Now you have a really tough decision as we're about to move under 3 minutes to go. And because you only have one timeout, I think here you have to go for it.
You almost have to with one timeout, Chuck, because Connellsville will be able to run the clock out. Pretty much one first down would seal the game. So you got a 4th and 3. You've been running the ball pretty well all night. Got to reach down deep in that playbook and find one you like.
Give it a shot. I'll tell you what you got to do is you got to get moving. You can't take too long on this. I mean, I know it's a big play and it's 4th down, but time's a wasting. We're already down to 2:35. Big play right here. Uniontown almost has to have this play to stay in the game. Whistles blow. I don't know if they got the snap offense. I said they were taking way too long. I said before the huddle that we were about to move under 3 minutes, and you can see there it's 2:25 right now. They just took way too much time. I mean, you have a timeout. You don't want to have to burn your last timeout there, but at the same time, better than a delay of game.
And now you're really in trouble. That penalty hurts. Now you got a 4th and long. You're back around the 12, 13-yard line. But they're going to have to come up with a conversion if they want to stay in the game. This is pretty much it, Chuck. There's not much time left. You only got one TO left.
Right. I'm trying to do the math here, and I'm thinking, conceivably if they don't convert, they might still have an outside shot if they can.
Wouldn't have a whole lot of time left.
Stop it. Yeah, they would. They need this play. 3 wides to the near side. Now whistles blow again. Well, I mentioned how in the first half this wasn't a typical. Well, no, we're going to get a timeout. Connellsville's going to call their last timeout right here because they know how important this play is defensively. Now, the only bad thing about that for Connellsville's standpoint, if Uniontown happens to break a big play here and takes the lead, Connellsville has no
They're finished,
timeouts remaining. 2:25 left, and Uniontown leads at 28-20. Back to action. Big play here. Uniontown needs this play. It's 4th down, 2:25 left, and they trail by 2. Sanders looking. Deep for Grady. Intercepted. Lonegro makes the interception. And that probably will do it with 2:18 remaining. Second pick of the night for the Falcons.
And it looked like Grady was open. He had a step. The ball was slightly underthrown. Lonegro able to close ground and pick it out of the air for the huge play for Connellsville. Pretty much to seal the win. If Uniontown gets the ball back now, there won't be a whole lot of time left. That was a nice play by Lonegro.
Ball to the 37-yard line, 2:18 remaining.
Special teams really hurt Uniontown tonight, Chuck.
And penalties in the second half.
Yeah.
Give is to Porter. Does Uniontown use the timeout here? I would use it right away. They're not going to. They're going to wait. The reason I use it right away is because Connellsville could fumble on this next play.
Sure.
In which time you would have wasted all that time where if you'd call the timeout and then they fumble, you have more time. I'm always a fan of when you have limited timeouts, use them right away.
Right.
But a lot of coaches at all levels of football, they want to wait maybe till 2nd or 3rd down. Not unusual. Now we have 2nd down here. Uniontown has to stop them. They can't give up a 1st down or the game is definitely over. 5 seconds left now on the play clock, and there's the handoff. And Brooks, and he has the 1st down, and that should be the ball game. The back judge, of course, who keeps the time, because there's no play clock here like you'd have in the NFL or college, but the back judge puts his hand up in the air when there are 5 seconds left. The quarterback can see that, and so that's how a high school quarterback can still run up as much time as possible without committing the delay of game penalty. They did that there. They get the 1st down, and this one's over.
Yeah, pretty much, barring a turnover.
Oh, you just take a knee at this point.
Yeah, at this point you take a knee and get on out of here with a 2-point win.
Let's see if they even run a play. They really shouldn't. Well, they do. And that's not wise because he could fumble. And Uniontown should be reaching for that football. Call your timeout now. And they do. They call their last timeout. Reach in for that football and see if you can pull it out. We're going to announce our Davis & Davis Player of the Game in a moment, but I want to wait because something strange could happen here, which could change the decision. Strauters certainly was an early favorite with the first half, but a non-factor here in the second half. McLee, what a great game by McLee, but also one very bad play, which right now is the difference.
Yeah, it looks big on the scoreboard anyway. However, Uniontown fought back, and they missed the extra point on the bobbled snap, and they couldn't convert the two-point conversion when Sander had guys open in the corner of the end zone, couldn't get them the football.
You said it.
Difference.
You said it before the last commercial break. You said special teams, and that was allowing the kickoff to just lay there as a live ball, and mishandling the snap that I don't. I'm trying to remember now. I don't think it was a bad snap. I think it just went right through the holder's hands. But at any rate, two special teams miscues by Uniontown that right now are the difference in this two-point game.
And also remember, we started the second half with the long kick return too that Uniontown wasn't able to cover. So special teams in the second half really made a difference in this one. Although they battled back, couldn't get the PATs.
If they could have got the PATs, we could have been looking at our first ever HSTV overtime game.
Right.
I have only ever seen one high school overtime game when I was still writing for the Herald Standard. I covered an LHAG game that was overtime. Boy, was that fun. We've never done one here yet.
We'll get one.
Maybe this year. East Allegheny at Brownsville next week. And then Albert Gallatin at Uniontown the week after that, as they do now take the knee as well. They should have taken the knee on the previous play. They'll have to do it one more time, and then that will be it. And so the ball game will be over. So we can now announce our Davis & Davis Player of the Game, and we're going to give the Davis & Davis Player of the Game award to Nick Lonegro, the wideout for Connellsville, who had an outstanding game. 3 receptions for 59 yards, 2 great catches, one along the sideline, as you see the knee taken. 1 catch along the sideline, which was just brilliant. The touchdown catch was fantastic as well, and he had the interception that cinched it at the end. So Nick Lonegro, our Davis & Davis Player of the Game, congratulations to him, and congratulations to the Connellsville Falcons, who do keep possession as the clock goes 3-2, 1 and done. My goodness, this was exciting, but in the end, Connellsville says, save the drama for your mama. We'll keep the old coal bucket. The final score, the Connellsville Falcons 28, the Uniontown Red Raiders 26. We'll go down to the field to wrap things up after this on Herald Standard Television Sports. Down on the field with head coach Lou DeSimon. Congratulations. What an effort. What a tough game.
I knew it was going to be this kind of game, and I can't say enough about our kids. In other words, we hung in there, had a lot of diversity. We couldn't stop them on defense for a while, but we changed a little bit in the fourth quarter, and when it got down to it, we sucked it up, and I found that we got some character. And you can always build on character.
Strauters with a great first half and then had the cramping problems in the second half, but the rest of the team rallied around him.
Oh, yeah. In other words, I think they found out that, he's a great back. But we get a couple other backs that can run the football, and if we can get those backs running the ball more, he'll be a great back because they can't keep him anymore.
Great team effort, of course. We chose Lonegro as our player of the game and 2 brilliant catches, including the touchdown.
I won't disagree with that one. He did a great job for us. He's a great athlete. He's a good athlete. He works hard. Not much to him, but what he's got, he gives you. And, you made the right choice.
How worried were you in that fourth quarter when they have the football and you know that you got to find out some way to stop McLee because as you said, for 3 quarters he was unstoppable?
Well, when we stopped him a couple times with an odd look up front, I knew we were okay because I knew we screwed their blocking scheme up, and I knew there wasn't. I was hoping that they would try to take a drive to score. I didn't want any big chunks of ground. As long as we kept him 2 or 3 yards, I figured Uniontown sooner or later would make a mistake and would be okay. And it worked out that way.
Great start to the season. Congratulations. Good luck.
Thank you very much.
Don Havens rejoins me down on the field. And Don, what a great start to the season as Connellsville defeats Uniontown 28-26, but this game was in doubt to the final minutes.
Yes, it was. Some special teams in the second half definitely made the difference for Uniontown. They had the butt snap on the extra point. Then they had to go for two, weren't able to complete the two-point conversion. So it really came down to the end. They had a chance on fourth down. Connellsville was able to hold. It was a good football game all the way to the end, which led to the two-point win.
How about Dalen McClee? Got to give big props to him with the exception of one play, unfortunately, where he had a little bit of a brain freeze there on the kickoff. Right. But other than that, my goodness, greased lightning as he put up some huge numbers.
Yeah, you referenced the West Virginia offense with Steve Slayton. It looks a lot like that, where he's able to catch those quick handoffs and shoot up the middle. The middle of the field was open. Connellsville made a couple nice adjustments toward the end of the game to be able to stop that. But some beautiful running. He had the 54-yarder, 2 30-yarders. It was a terrific game by him. Also some news, I talked to Jerry Pegg at the end of the game. Their other tailback, Brandon Bowers, has a serious knee injury. He left in an air cast. So obviously they'll do some x-rays and find out how he is. He may be gone for the year. So that's some news. Not good news out of Uniontown's camp. So they're going to have to go with McLeod. He's going to be their horse.
So in many ways, a tough start to the season for Uniontown, but a very exciting game. Congratulations to the Falcons. They maintain possession of the Coal Bucket with an exciting 28-26 victory. We thank you for tuning in. We hope you enjoyed opening night for the high school football season. Join us again next Saturday evening. East Allegheny takes on the Brownsville Falcons. We'll see you right here on Channel 19. For Don Havens, I'm Chuck Durso saying so long. We'll see you soon on Herald Standard Television Sports.